What's good? What's good? What's good, my peopleizations? We in the building. Hey, hey. We in the building, my peopleizations. We in the building. We in the building. We in the building. Blessings to my people. Blessings to my peoples. So there's a lot of chatter going on, my peopleizations. And a lot of folk have been hitting me up. A lot of folk have been hitting me up. And they like, Blue, did you hear? Tank Davis, you lied. People have selective hearing. They hear what they want to hear, and they believe who they want to believe. And I'm 1,000% cool with that. People believe what they want to believe. So now, Callie World, peace and blessings, Queen. How you feeling today? Joe Johnson, what's up, nephew? Jonathan 97, Fosheen the Panhandler, Next Level Coach, Giovanni Walker, YG Knight, Lucia Johnson, peace and blessings, Queen. Ron, Big Straight, Big Scat Straight, Underground Asylum, Reg Lope, Brandon Broussard, Mr. Sandman 1025, H Dub, my brother, Reg Lope, Rude Exposure, Muhammad Salam, John J. Doe, Audi 3 Music, Tinted Down, the Queen Maya Egypt, she's in the building. Blessings to the Queen, Jonathan 97. Amara Muhammad College Hoop. What's up, family? Bernan Joshua, Eastside Easy, Brandon Broussard, Jones 23, Scorpio 1176, Unknown, Light Skin Business, Forrest Winston, JJ Short Deuce. What's up? Dana Harrington, peace and blessing. Hacks, Team Trill 757, James Moore. Scorpio 1176, D Webb 07 Hog Dog. What's up? What's up, my family? Stay on your toes. Basement Boxing Talk. What's up? What's up, family? Addison Pinckney, Donald Hawkins, 619 Cali Factor, Abding Nigo Luau. What's up, family? What's up, family? What's up, family? So, yeah, people believe who they want to believe. They hear what they want to hear. My brother, Solomon Overhead in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. He said, happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to you, great brother. Grown Man Boxing. What's up, family? 5-star Ray. Mook the Villain. The beautiful Queen J. Lynn. She's in the building. Blessings, people. I know. My daughter said, hey, Solomon Overhead, my daughter was leaving right now. She said, what are you doing? And I said, I'm going to do my stream. She said, it's Labor Day. I said, I know. The grind never stops. She said, that's the point of Labor Day, is to not work. 3,800 Ernesto. Oh, Christopher. 517 Midwest in the building. What's up, family? What's up, family? Yeah, that's what she said. She said the point about Labor Day is to take the day off. I said, you got me. Hold on 1 second. Vaughn Wise, what's up, family? 1 second, my people. I need to put the link to the other channel in the chat. I'm ready to get it going. Solomon Overhead, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. We always work, even in our sleep, Blue. Facts, all facts. All facts, my great brother, all facts. Salute to you, King. I appreciate you, Solomon. I appreciate you. The link to the new channel is right there in the chat. Click the link, subscribe to the new channel, man. The link to the new channel is right there in the chat. I need y'all to click the link, subscribe to the new channel. I have Coach Bray, what's up? Hannibal, what's up? I have everything ready to go now. We on the grind now, people. I can't wait. So let's get into this, right? Because for some reason, people, and I didn't know where this came from, right? I'm like, what are you talking about? Hacks, what's up, family? Southwest Dykes, what's up? People started hitting me up, and they like, Blue, you lied. And I'm like, lied about what? I don't even know what they was talking about, right? No clue. I'm like, what are you talking about? You lied, you lied. Lied about what? Pacquiao fighting Tank. Huh? Hmm? So I said, where's that at? Right? So I kicked a few tires. My sources could be wrong, right? And Ray Davis, my brother. So I kicked a few tires. And they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, my peopleizations and the detractors, they heard that he fight Manny Pacquiao. And I'm like, Manny Pacquiao? Jameson Rugu, what's up, family? Spence, New York City, what's up? Freedom March, what's up? Happy Valley Farm, what's up? So I'm like, they like, bro, what are you talking about? I'm like, that's what people are asking me. What's up, baby? I think my daughter called me by accident. She like, I said, what's up, baby? She's like, I have 2 orders. I'm like, huh? My daughter, she's just, I got 2 orders. I'm like, huh? You got 2 orders? 2 orders of what? Real deal, my brother in super chat dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue. Ain't it crazy how one YouTuber make a video saying they think Tank gonna fight Manny, and now everybody running with it like it's law. Right. Right? But check it out, though, real deal. I didn't even know what they was talking about. Tay Brown, the queen is in the building. Salute to the 11520. So, real deal. I had no clue what they was talking about, right? So, I took it, and I'm bringing it to people's sources, my sources, and they're like, bro, what are you talking about? Where'd you get this from? I'm like, people are of the assumption, because I had 7 people, north side of Dallas. What's up, family? I had 7 people in my inbox that was just curious. Professor X, David Da Vinci, what's up? I had 7 people that was in my inbox that was just curious. And then I had about 13 detractors in my inbox. I had about 20 messages. And the detractors, Chris, what's up? They was like, you lied. You did this. You did that. I don't even know what they're talking about. So I'm like, this has to be somewhat legit, because I wasn't just getting trolls and detractors. I was getting actual family members that was concerned, like, bro, is he fighting Pacquiao? And I'm like, let me see. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I was, again, everything in boxing is subject to change. So maybe I had the wrong message. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me do my due diligence. And they like, bro, what are you talking about? I'm like, they asking me, where did I get it from? So I'm like, I'm getting it from the fans. And they like, bro, you really? No disrespect to the fans, but, they like, you got it from the fans. I'm like, but it's so many people. It's 20 people in my inbox. Like, it's hard to, like, I'm thinking, is an article that I missed? Did something come out that I missed? What's happening? Then one of the great brothers sent me a link to the great brother Showbiz the Adult. Shout out to Showbiz the Adult. And when they sent me Showbiz, Dub C, PB, LPD, what's up, family? When they sent me the link to Showbiz, and then I'm like, wait a minute. Showbiz didn't even say that. He just said he thinks that it's going to be Pacquiao. He was just giving his opinion. So I'm like, wait a minute. So now I'm going to the detractors, and I'm like, you got this information from Showbiz? Yeah. Biz is better than you. That's subject to your opinion. If you believe he's better than me, more power to you. I have no problem with that. But you think he's better than me? That's why this is real? I'm like, excuse me? He just gave you an opinion. He didn't even say this is what it is. He didn't say this is what it is. He said this is what I think. He said, I think it's going to be Manny Pacquiao. I'm like, wait, what? Salute to my brother Drew Titan, LLC. The Drew is in the building. What's up with you, Drew? What's up with you, Drew? Just being E, what's up? June Nillums, what's up, family? Antonio Short, what's up, family? So I'm like, wait a minute. This is the link? This is the source? Jeff Hempfield, what's up? And the brother didn't even say he didn't say this is breaking news. He didn't say that this was real. He just said this is what he thinks is going to be happening next. So how did y'all get that from facts? Ruben Gutierrez, what's up, family? Freedom March, my brother in the super chat, dropping that cinco on your boy Blue. So I'm like, wait a minute. How'd they get this from that? Hot Light Eyes, what's up, family? He said, Blue, you deal with a lot of little minds. I know it gets frustrating. Bro, it sometimes it's so bizarre to me. It's like, it's super weird, because it's like, bro, what are you talking about? Sam Lamb, what's up? Rudy G's, what's good? It gets so bizarre. It's like, bro, what are we talking about here? He didn't even say this is what's happening. He said this is what he thinks is going to happen based off of And then I watched the video, right? Pierre Love, what's up? Bizzo128, what's up? Now, I don't know if people took because he played so I watched the video that people sent me, because first they sent me the clip. So I said, let me watch the entire video. And so then I watched the entire video, and in the beginning of the video, he's playing the clip with Robert Garcia saying that they turned down Manny Pacquiao. Excuse me. They turned down Tank Davis fight. They won't be ready to fight Tank Davis until February. We told them we'll take the fight in February, but this year we're not taking the fight. If he wants to fight us next in February, then we'll fight Gervonta Tank Davis in February, right? But we told them that we're not doing it this year, and Rayo might not fight for the rest of the year. Now, just a word to the wise people that are trying to say that when I put the news out there that they were in negotiation or in negotiations, that people tried to say that I was making fake videos, right? Okay. Let's just attest to this, right? If I was making fake videos, number one, okay, about Tank and Rayo, then how could Robert Garcia possibly tell Tank's team, now we're gonna get to a rough patch. Now we're about to get to a rough patch, people. Here we go. Chantel Hill, D-Boy Dad, what's up? Mahara Salam, what's good? Here we go now. Now we're about to hit a rough patch. So if Robert Garcia told Tank's team that we can't fight now, we're going to fight, we'll fight you, we'll accept the fight. Just not in November. We're going to wait till February, March. Well, that means they was in negotiations. Bori, what's up? That means that they having a conversation. That means that Tank team reached out because Tank is trying to fight Rayo. That's confirmation of what I told you. In order for Robert Garcia to tell Tank's team that we're not interested right now, but we'll do it next time, that means Tank's team was offering Rayo the fight, wasn't he? Didn't he? Doesn't that mean that Tank's team was offering Rayo the fight? In order for you to turn it down, that means it was being offered. That means it was being offered. Salute to the Dutch. He said, did not say Terence Crawford was going to duck Ortiz. Did not say he ducked Boots. And you're a Tank hater. All these things are true, great brother. The Dutch, I'll send you the link and you can come up here and explain. Isaiah Eamon, what's up? Do we have a deal? Since you said I'm a Tank hater and you said that Terence Crawford is a duck, so on and so forth. So I'll send you the link and you come on here and you tell me how I'm a Tank hater. And then you come in and you tell me how Terence Crawford ducked him. Deal? Don't hide behind the keyboard. And it's Labor Day. Don't tell me you at work. Do we have a deal? The Dutch? Do we have a deal, Dutch? I mean, let's not hide behind keyboards. Let's actually say it. Since you said I'm a Tank hater. We need you to come here and explain and show us where I was hating on Tank Davis at.
Come on, haters.
Come on.
Stop hiding.
Okay. The Dutch, you're still talking in the chat. Here goes the link right here. Don't talk in the chat. Talking in the chat is cheap. Talk is cheap, right? Brandon Broussard, didn't I tell you here they come? Brandon Broussard, didn't I say here they come? Light Eyes, what's up, family? They just hide in the weeds. So there goes the link. The Dutch, click the link. There go the link. come explain to me how I'm hating on Tank Davis. How you said Terence Crawford is ducking. So I want you to get this. First of all, I want you to hit the link. Dennis Marshall, Mac Majestic, what's good? There goes the link, great brother. Click the link. Edwin Torres, what's good? Who want to see Tank fight Pac? Laugh him out. I'm not opposed to that. I would like to see that. I think he's gonna knock Pacquiao out. Press, what's good? How you feeling, family? Am I against him fighting Pacquiao? I really don't even care, bro. I'm a fan of boxing. I tell you who I would much rather see them fight. Marcus Priest, what's up, family? But am I opposed to him fighting Pacquiao? No. Or El Rayo? No. Or Dennis Moranchik? No. Or, I ain't opposed to him seeing him fight D. Rich Richardson. What's up, family? Shogun 76. What's up, family? I'm not against seeing him fight any of those fighters. Mr. Big Play Brave. What's up, family? Smash the like button, people. Let's get the likes up. Great brother, you will always win on your channel. Brother, I sent you the link, brother. Click the link or I'm just going to block you because you wasted my time. Because you wasted my time, brother. I said you click the link. Click the link and come up here and speak your piece or you're going to be disappeared. Which one, brother? And the worst part is you still going to watch from afar, pretending you ain't watching. Antonio Short, brother in the super chat, dropping that cinco on your boy Blue. He said, salute, Blue Bud. He said, you must be doing a lot of great things because the haters always come at you. They can't help. This is what happened, Antonio Short. When you tell the truth and you speak truth, right, you're going to get a lot of pushback because people don't like the truth in any walk of life. John Carrera, what's up? We have been trained to not like the truth. If you tell people the truth in society overall, it's frowned upon. Telling the truth is frowned upon. Fiction, fantasy land, that's celebrated. But telling the truth, that's frowned upon. Because, see, telling the truth goes against your happiness, your safe place. It goes against it. You see what I'm saying? For instance, Antonio Short. Right now, if you can have somebody overweight, right? Myself, you can say, hey, Blue, man, you overweight. Man, don't say that. Don't say that. Bro, if I'm overweight, I'm overweight, right? Or I'm out of shape. You ain't in shape. Oh, that's frowned upon. How dare you say that man ain't in shape? Bro, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with telling the truth? Round One Sports Talk. What's up, family? Whatever happened, what's wrong with telling the truth, bro? So if I tell you today's time the truth about your favorite fighter, right? They want to hear mythical stories. They want to hear how their fighter can leap the Empire State Building, run faster than a locomotive. They want to hear how their favorite fighter can catch you know how it goes. Big Herm, my brother in the super chat. He said, are PBC supporters nervous for Tank next show? No, because they're going to support regardless. You know, everything is frowned upon today's time. Everything. The truth is frowned upon. So if I tell you, you know, the truth, it's frowned upon. Chris Neve, what's up, family? I think Laura wins that fight. Legacy over currency, defined mindset. What's up, family? So what happens is I tell you guys the truth. You go to other platforms, and no disrespect to no other platforms, but they're gonna favor and push an agenda towards a certain narrative because, again, that's popular. They want to go with the flow. I don't go with the flow. You understand? I jump in the ocean because it's wild. You understand? They swim in pools because it's controlled atmospheres. There's a difference. I'm going to say that to you again. I like to swim in the ocean. It's an untamed, uncontrolled atmosphere. They like to swim in pools. because the atmosphere is controlled. There's no surprises. You understand? That's the truth of the matter. And so if you go, here's the thing. You only see these people like you see this brother. He gonna refuse to hit the link. Now, if Roll Tide for life, what's up, family? If what you say is true, then you should be able to come here and speak your truth, not create a narrative. Don't tell me your opinion and your feelings. Come and tell me the truth. That's things that women do, right? When you have an argument with a woman, then she's dealing off of feelings, right? I deal in truth. There's a difference. Big Drew, what's up? Round One Sports, give me a few, great brother. Dream Big, what's good? Tank is, from my information, they told me Tank is not fighting Manny Pacquiao. But everything is subject to change. Bookie Brown, what's up? Everything is subject to change. So, Devin Rich Robinson, what's up? Can I tell you that Showbiz, his feelings about what he think is going to happen is wrong? No. All I told you was, I told you what I was told. He's telling you what he feels. There's a difference. But am I wrong or is he wrong? No. Can I tell you if Showbiz feel like, hey, bro, I feel like Tank gonna fight Manny Pacquiao based off of the breadcrumbs that he's following to lead him to that conclusion, right? Brent Lawson, what's up? Can I tell that man that he's wrong? No. I didn't make this up about El Rayo. This is what I was told. I didn't come here and tell you guys something that I feel. Or I feel like I could say that. I could do that, right? I do videos about that. Like I said, I feel like Terence Crawford should take this approach. Terence Crawford should do X, Y, and Z. That's how I feel. But when it comes down to certain situations, I tell you what's being told to me. It's not how I feel, not my feelings. Malaya, peace of blessings, queen. What Showbiz did was tell you how he feels. Milan, what's up, family? Milan said, so in other words, no one knows who's fighting in November. Well, here's the thing. Tank doesn't even know who he's fighting in November. That's the thing. They're trying to secure opponents for November. El Rayo is at the top of the list, as I told you guys. They want to fight. They want to make no mistake about it. They want to make El Rayo versus Tank Davis November 2nd. That's not a question. That's not up for debate. Okay? Do you guys understand that? That's not up for debate. That's not a question. Stevie Patrick, what's up? Okay? I'm telling you guys here, that's not a question. That's not a debate. That's not a feeling. That's not an opinion. That's what they want to do. Al Heyman wants to make Gervonta Tank Davis versus Jose Valenzuela November 2nd. Breaker Rod, what's good? Salute to Omaha, Nebraska. So it's El Rayo is the one apparently dragging his feet on it. Do you guys understand what I'm telling y'all? He said, what happened? He's got a bro, they all together. Do you think that's gonna matter? Now, let me just address this whole rematch clause because people keep saying, well, Rayo got a rematch Pitbull Cruz. So let me address that. I'm gonna address that using the interview and what Robert Garcia said. Now, just make this make sense. In one breath, Robert Garcia said, we can't fight Tank because we have a rematch clause with Isaac Pitbull Cruz. But then on the flip side, he said, but I told them that if they want to fight Rayo next in February, we'll do it. My brothers just pulled up in the slings. What's shaking? What's shaking with you? What's shaking? Well, all that ruckus in front of my house. Hold up, hold up. Let me see, sir. What's shaking? What's shaking, young fella? I said I heard that. I heard that clear music coming up the block. I said that ain't no car. Try to show y'all the slings, man. The Dutch. There you go. They go to link. The Dutch. Now you're gonna run back to the kiddie table. The link. The Dutch. They go to link. I had to. My boys. They my brothers pulled up in the sling, and so you know what's going on, great brother.
What's on? What's going on, great brother? Hold on, let me turn this off. Got the echo and everything. I'm throwing my headset here. See if we could get to these brothers here and drop some knowledge here on this boxing stuff.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Because I'm
I had to take an intermission real quick.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that, brother. But
Yeah.
uh, look, that was my question. Right
Uh-huh.
when you took that intermission, I started thinking and I started saying to myself, why do we watch these shows? Why do we watch these boxing shows? Why do we watch your platform? Do we watch your shows to come on and criticize everything that somebody says? Or if you say something that somebody don't like, do they tune away? Or do they actually watch a boxing TV show? What you're providing here.
Right.
Let's not forget that the reason why we're doing what we're doing is because ESPN and other major networks never covered this sport. The reason why you're able to give your opinions on these platforms is because Blue here provides a platform where you can come and discuss and give your feedback on boxing, which you cannot do on ESPN. So when we come to watch these shows, please let's just remember that he is doing a service to boxing by providing the world with boxing content, boxing news, and boxing information. Are we perfect? No. Can we be wrong at times? Yes. But do we always got to be so damn critical rather than watching a show and enjoying the show? You might not like everything you hear. They might not be talking about your favorite fighter. Well, guess what? On ESPN, you can't call in and leave a comment, can you? Right? But you could do that here on Blue Bloods, can you? Because he gives you that platform. These are the news and these are the breaking things that he brings to you guys. And we're all here trying to learn, from each other. So if you hear something, share it. Don't be disrespectful about it when the man's coming up talking about boxing, providing a TV show that these other networks are not supporting. Because as you can see, boxing, they want to keep it down. Whenever you hear about boxing, you hear it in between a football and a baseball game. Now back to you. Here, we got a continuous feed of the sport and the love of the game. And we are the men that are keeping this sport alive. Blue blood, us, people like us that are bringing you this boxing information to you guys. And I love it. I love it, Blue. It comes with a lot of hard work, criticism. You get a lot of people attacking you, misunderstanding what you said, jumping in a show halfway through the show, thinking they know what you was talking about when you're trying to give both sides.
Yeah.
And because you're the one playing both sides, they lash out at you for
Right.
providing the service. Sometimes it's just like me. I have a tendency of when I hear these stories, I got to remind myself that the fighter didn't actually said this.
Right.
This was either a story that was broke or a thing, and I'm merely giving it to you. And sometimes I gotta step back with my emotions and my anger towards a fighter because I'm not in the room. But we're all sitting here trying to figure it out. Now back to
Right.
the fight. As we can see, look, if you ask me, Gervonta Davis, is this true with Manny Pacquiao type thing, Blue? Is this going to be a real thing? Is this when you start taking these phony baloney fights? Are you supposed to do this in the middle of your career or at the end of your career?
Right. And that's my thing. So that's why I reached out to people and they didn't know what I was talking about. They was confused. So uh, um again, like I said, so Showbiz has said this is what he thinks. And so when
Yes.
I listen to, again, it goes back to what you just said. We have
Right.
a hard time just enjoying everybody's opinion is different.
Right.
It's not about I don't care. I don't care. That's why I tell people I don't mind standing corrected. Because
Right.
the thing is that you, myself, and majority of the people that we get here, that we have a conversation. Now we get these trolls sprinkled in everywhere.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And what happens is they get annoying to the point where myself or yourself or we'll start responding to them, and it takes over the moment. You know what I mean? Because it's frustration because we're in love with the sport. You know what I'm saying? For instance, when you gave me a different way of looking at it, I took that when I got off, and I'm like, damn, I don't look at that way. You know what I'm saying? When you broke down the whole, it's a universal, it's a worldwide sport. So it's
Right,
our country versus this country versus that country. And
right.
why do we feel the need to put our fighters against one another, opposed to like how they do, get they want to knock everybody else off, and then when they're
Right.
the last people standing, then they find out who the best is on their soil, right?
Yeah, no, they think they're slick. Um, um, Vasily High Tech Lomachenko could come out and say, "I don't fight my countrymen."
Right,
Canelo kind of Alvarez can come out and say, "I don't fight my countrymen." You know, and it's in America. If we don't get those fights, we automatically attack each other. You know, and I'm over here advocating right now, even on my platform, where that I'm saying is Tank Davis and Shakur Stevens should surround Vasily and that other Ukrainian fighter. You know, Shakur go through the back door and Tank through the front door. Those are our guys. Jerron Boots Ennis, Terence Crawford, um, uh, 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 and the list goes on. You know, those are our guys in the front line, giving us that action and that blood. They're the
mm-hmm.
ones out there performing and trying to bring these belts back home to us. Shakur Foster just got signed with a rematch to try to bring one of those belts back where? Home to the U.S. If we are competing, in which we are currently right now, Japan has 10 world championships. They're in double digits. And as of right now, Blue, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. As Americans, as American boxing fans, we are so cocky and arrogant, but we don't pay attention to what's going on. And here's why. Our toughest champion right now, isn't it Terence Crawford at 154? We do not have another champion past 154. Think about it, Blue. No
Right,
160, no 170, no 175, no 180, no cruiserweight, no heavyweight. So you mean to
right,
tell me that our greatest champion is 154 pounds? But yet Americans are beating their chests like we're doing something. People, wake up. Support our American teams. Terence Crawford, Shakur Stevenson, they're on our side. Those are our boys out there on the front line fighting against all the other countries. And let's wake up and not let the other countries outsmart us. Because of right now, we got to draw a line in the sand. It's not what USA used to be. It's not what we used to be. It's what we could be. We
mm-hmm.
have all the potential in the world, all the talent in the world, but yet we keep coming on and attacking each other. Let's be smart about this, guys. Yes, it's a competitive sport. We can compete against each other, but at the right time. Don't let Vasily and them do this to us. There's a lot of opportunity out there for our fighters, but we got to be aware. Look what they're doing to Jerron Boots Ennis and Brian Norman Jr. Automatically, they want to put our guys against our guys. And then the conversation stems on from this. Let's pay attention to what's going on out there, guys. If Jerron Boots Ennis doesn't sign with Brian Norman Jr., who do they want him to fight next? Terence Crawford. Why do you want him to destroy the American legacy that Terence Crawford built and his body of work? And you want another Black American athlete to come in and defeat him on his way out? Why do you got to get us to destroy us? Terence Crawford deserves everything that he got, but it shouldn't be one of us to take him out. Go get a Russian. Go get a Chinaman. Go get a Mexican. And I mean that with all respect, in competition, fairness, right? But I'm tired of us destroying us. Jerron Boots Ennis, you will be the next reigning superstar. Allow Terence Crawford to walk out and pay homage to your brother that just paved the way for you to be the fighter that you are. Show respect. Let's teach our boys, our young men right now. You might not like each other. Okay. You are in a competitive sport where it is you. I understand. but you must acknowledge your team. Whether you get along or not, you guys are on the American team. And the Americans need to bring these belts back home. And that's how I feel about it. I will compete against another American brother. I have no problem with it. But don't fall for the smoke screens. Don't allow them to keep continuously taking you out when you guys know you are the best that boxing has to offer. And all we have to do is go out there and compete against the other countries and bring those belts back home.
Mm-hmm. Well said, great brother. Well said. And that's the thing. You know, I realized that, right? When Loma pulled out, the issue that I had, remember, I keep saying this. I don't mind Tank not fighting Shakur.
Right.
That's the fight we want to see, the biggest fight. But I don't mind him not fight. He fight Dennis Moranchik. I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that. The problem that I have, like you said, is we fall for the traps. So now Loma pulled out. He saw the play. Well, they can fight each other, shorten my road to undisputed.
Exactly.
Right? And my problem was now, well, Shakur is a duck. Shakur is ducking to the point where Tank's team is saying Shakur is ducking. And then it's like, bro, what are we doing? Right. Now we're just pushing false narratives, false agendas. And then because we have rabid fan bases that attach, like you said, mainstream media don't cover the sport of boxing. So now these boxing fans that we have that are quote unquote supposed to be Tank Davis fans or they just hop from one fighter to the other, right? The next popular fighter is who they support. And so when they attach themselves, then they become a rabid fan base, and it's, you know, see, Shakur is this, Shakur is that, Shakur is this, and like then it becomes tearing down Shakur Stevenson. Yep. And I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute. Where's the proof that Tank is sending his contract? Like, where's the proof of this? Where's the proof of this? Where's the proof of that?
Right.
You know, then that turns into, well, you hating on Tank. Like, it just gets so ridiculous. And the thing that gets so frustrating to me is that, like you said, ESPN don't cover this sport. I had a brother, a dude came in the chat. He says, he inboxes me and he goes on I did the video about Terence Crawford and Fundora. He inboxes me, then he goes under the comment section on the video, and he's like, "Where's the proof of this? I can't find this anywhere." Because you at the Google place.
Yep.
You ain't gonna find it nowhere because they don't care about it.
Right. And and a lot of people are criticizing Shakur Stevenson for taking this fight against Joe, right? And I like it because it's activity. He's staying active, right? And Shakur is playing the game right now because they must have tapped him on the shoulder and told Tank, yo, why don't you guys take some fights to stay active? Because Loma can't duck us too long because he has the IBF. And their rule structure, the mandatory is going to come up, right? So then all of a sudden, Cepeda had a baby. You see all these games everybody's playing to move around because there is strategy to try to work your way to the top.
Right.
Okay. Just like it's not custom to continuously going out there and fighting the best after the best after the best. Your career is not going to last long. You don't want to go into war after war after war. Just like that Japanese dude now is taking it easy, taking that TJ Doheny fight. A lot of people are like, oh, what's up with this fight? And I understand it. He just got dropped in his last fight. You don't want to keep going war after war after war. You want to make sure, you break it up, right? His situation is a little bit different, but back to Shakur Stevenson. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people are giving shit to Shakur. We just don't know everything that's going around, and these guys are not quick. The managers, at least, and the handlers. You let our American guys attack each other, they'll probably fight in a parking lot. But these guys are saying, hey, kids, wake up. They're doing it to us again. They're making us take out each other and then sliding in when we're partying off the win, not training as much. We get enamored about the lifestyle, then attack them. Everyone knew when to attack Mike Tyson. They didn't attack Mike Tyson when he was 21 years old. They attacked Mike Tyson when he was going through his thing. Boxers talk. This is an inner circle. If you don't think boxers and coaches know each other and talk when to attack the fighter, oh, he's going through a divorce. He's going through this. His head's not in it. Now schedule the fight. These are all tactics. Anything to get the advantage on your side, the size of the ring, everything. You know how it is, Blue.
Yep.
Anybody's gonna get a little advantage.
Right.
So I don't criticize our guys. Don't be so hard on Shakur. Don't be so hard on Tank, because we just don't know if they're playing in the smart game now, not choosing to fight each other to wait to battle them. You see? And as of right now, we need help in boxing. We need more belts. I would love Jaron Boots Ennis to go fight Mario Barrio rather than Brian Norman Jr. Why? Because Mario Barrio has a belt from Mexico over there. We need that back. There's plenty of work out there rather than keep attacking ourselves. And it's so hard to be an American boxer, Blue. Listen, Blue. Americans are not easily impressed. We've seen this before. We're so hard to impress that we start supporting foreign fighters rather than our own that are standing in front of us.
Sure do.
We give them more respect and more praises than the men and women that are standing in front of us. Damn it, we got Clarissa Shields, we got Tank, we got Terence Crawford. And what is wrong? What is this thing with promoters trying to take and put down the stock of a fight? Look at the fans leaving. Bullshit. Because I'm calling bullshit when Top Rank, Shakur Stevenson was leaving Top Rank. I want the world to know that was just a man saying, I made you, I can break you. You think I'm going to build you with Top Rank and you're going to leave me and take everything we built and walk away? On the day you're walking out, I'm just going to show you who I am. That's Bob Arum shit. And I'm going to tell you, everybody in the world, nobody was walking out on that fight because
do me a favor, Craig. Let's just try to keep it as clean as possible because they on my back.
Nobody was leaving that fight because they were disappointed. If anybody pays attention, just take 1 second to think about this. How many concerts have you been in your lifetime where people were trying to beat the traffic out? How many times have you gone to a football game? It's the end of the quarter and thousands of people are walking out. Not because the game sucked. People are just trying to beat traffic. That happens in every concert. I'm not sure if everybody goes to fights, but I do. And I go to concerts. And I know in every single fight, there are hundreds of people that feel they want to beat the traffic and not stick around for the end. They could see it later. And that
especially when they don't think it's going to be a knockout.
Right. And that was an old camera trick done by the ESPN and Top Rank, which are an affiliate and have their own people with monitors in front of them that have to speak what they're being told. They're at their job. They're being paid to say this. Let's not forget this. So all the disrespect that you're thinking that about Shakur Stevens and the image that they put in your head, that was just a ploy from Top Rank to try to put Shakur Stevenson in his place. Some of these guys think they're bigger than boxing, right? But I understand when bet on yourself. And I'm in the ballpark where I say, who am I to dictate what another man is worth? Who am I to judge a fighter for wanting a certain amount of money? And I say he's either pricing himself out or he's doing this. Who am I to dictate what that man's going in the ring, taking the punishment and the punches to the face? I'm not doing it. He is. And if you ask me, the money's not worth it, right? But I love the sport. They love the sport. I understand they can't turn it off. I can't turn it off in my head. All I think about is boxing morning, noon, and night. I can't turn it off. So I understand what it's like, and as a fighter and some of these fighters, I'm on the side where, okay, I will call out bullshit. I will be critical to fighters, and don't take me being critical as judgmental as Blue does. When Blue is critical to a fighter, he's not judging a fighter. He's not talking shit about a fighter. He's just bringing the ugliness and the situation to you guys, and then he wants us to talk about it. He's not taking sides. I've never yet heard Blue take a side of a fighter, and there's not too many fighters you can't say that Blue didn't give them their shit if they deserved it. But if they were in there doing what they had to do in and out of the ring as a fighter, Blue's gonna give them their credit.
1,000%.
But if you only If you're over here playing all this, negativity and all this other stuff, then he's gonna report it. He's gonna report it. And you might not like hear it. Somebody talk about your fighter, but your fighter needs to get his stuff together then. If Blue is mentioning it on his platform. And that's how I feel about it.
Right. And salute G tatted up nephew. He said, so let's stop with the duck talk calling when it comes to our fighters. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. The thing about that is, if a fighter and his team is going to label another fighter outpricing himself or ducking, then we have to call a spade a spade. Because what they're doing is they are creating a narrative and an agenda. And so now we have to point out the facts, because the truth of the matter is there is fighters that look at other fighters and they're like, that's a bad style matchup. I don't want to do that. Right. And then there go my brother Jay Smith. What's up, family?
What's good, my brothers?
Saying nothing. Was a squirrel in your world. So there's fighters that create a narrative, right? So G tied up. You said Tank never called Kerr a duck. He never called him, but he allowed his team to do it. Instead of shutting it down and saying, "Hey, bro, we got a plan X, Y, and Z," he's allowing them to paint a narrative about Shakur Stevenson that the fans are running with. Like every day, people are saying, "Oh, Tank's team, they said they offered Shakur this," or they hinted at saying that, well, these fighters are gonna ask for $30 million. No, that's up to Tank to turn around and tell his team, "Hey, man, publicly stop mentioning this man. Stop even alluding to him. Don't do, bro, leave that alone." He's allowing it because he wants it to happen. That's the thing.
We got to remember that cloud chasing is a real thing.
Right. If you know your team, remember Tank said this himself. Remember he came out and he said, "Hey, I told they making too much money and they talking too much." Well, come out and shut it down. You have to come out and be like, "Hey, bro, listen, man, I never said X, Y, and Z," because he do it with everybody else. If you can publicly, here's the problem that I have, right, fellas, is that I seen him publicly come out and address certain people. So if you see, there's no way on this green earth you're going to tell me he don't see what's going on with this situation with him and Shakur. You can't tell me that with his team. You can't tell me that. So it's up to him to come out and make a statement. Okay, for instance, right, fellas? Remember that report came out, Tank versus Shakur, November whatever that.
Oh yeah.
Right? Tank came out right. What did he do immediately? Cap. He came right out and put an end to it. Cap. He didn't let it linger. He didn't let it fester. He didn't let it go past go. Nothing. He shut it down immediately. Cap. And left it as that and disappeared. So if you know your team is trolling this man, and an agenda and a narrative is being created against said man, come out and put that to bed. Or at least you ain't got to do it publicly. He could call them and be like, "Bro, when it comes with Shakur, man, leave that alone, bro. Don't mention nothing, don't nothing. We got a plan X, Y, and Z." He's allowing them to create a narrative that Shakur Stevenson is ducking him or pricing himself out or maneuvering around him. He's allowing that.
But Blue, I wanna piggyback real quick and ask you a question, right? So how come we've constantly seen Shakur expressing that interest in wanting Tank Davis, saying, "Yo, I'll sign the contract if they send it." We have not seen Tank Davis express that same interest in fighting Shakur. We've seen it on Twitter. He murdered Shakur on Twitter a million times, but he didn't send the contract over. We don't see him saying, "Yo, I want to make this fight." So how is it that the fans allow a narrative about Shakur ducking to spread when we don't see Tank Davis express no interest in making that fight? How is that narrative even make sense?
Right.
First of all,
like Lee Jackson just said, Lee Jack said, "What up, Blue? Why Shakur team didn't stop him from calling Tenga Duck?" Because, like Jay just said, Shakur is showing you that he's publicly interested in making a fight. The person with the power to make the fight is not showing any interest in making the fight. So
okay,
go ahead, Ron.
I want to just I just need to get this off my chest real quick. I don't know if everybody's going to be on the same page or whatever, but we all do realize that there's no real set like one office where like all these mysterious contracts go to. We do understand that these are individual men. When Shakur Stevenson is coming on and saying all this about contracts, he has no power to send a contract to no one. He's not a manager. He's not a promoter. Nothing. It's just word. Shakur Stevenson talking. Now, what Shakur Stevenson would have to do, he would have to contact Jay Prince, which Jay Prince would have to contact another person. Then that person would have to reach out to another person. Sometimes the people that are setting all these expectations about contracts and stuff really don't know what the hell they're talking about. Just because Shakur Stevenson is getting on talking about contract bullshit, I'm not really sure if you guys understand how this works. You know, this is to set up a fight like this. First, you would need two people to an agreement. Then you would need a venue. You would need there's processes that go with this. Tank Davis is not a little kid anymore that he's gonna start answering every tweet. Shakur Stevenson's popping this shit about contracts and everything, and
Hey,
Tank Davis.
Just do me a favor. We gotta keep it
yeah,
clean.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
Tank Davis is around doing Tank Davis stuff. He's out in the Olympics, getting judges to get him approved. I didn't buy that when they said that, Blue. I kind of laughed when they said that report too, right? Because I was like, isn't Tank Davis in the Olympics, right? But that's not the man you should be contacting. If he did indeed sign a contract for $200 million with Prime, isn't that the people that bought Tank Davis for 6 fights? Where do they do this at? That they say I'm gonna pay you $200 million and you take care of your own fights. That's what we bought you for. We're promoting you. We're gonna make money off of you.
But listen, I want to respond to that real quick though. We got to take into consideration Tank Davis's star power, right? So we know that historically in boxing, the guys that have that star power, they do have a say. You know, if Tank goes to the people, to the right people, and say, "Yo, I want to fight Shakur," I think all three of us know he's gonna get Shakur if he says that. So,
yeah.
So I understand what you're saying, my brother, about the negotiation process and all the steps that have to be taken. That's a fact. That's internal information, right? But we also know that when you have a certain level of star power, if you want somebody, your peoples are gonna make that happen because you're the big name. They got to keep you happy. And
when's the last time you ever heard Tank Davis call anybody out or pick any fighter? Tell me.
Lomachenko.
Did he ever fight him?
Got me on that. Blue got me.
Okay. Check it out. Did he ever get it?
No, but that's because Loma turned it down. But he put.
Tank's not that guy. Tank's not that guy. He's never been that guy in his career.
But no, let me stop you there, right? Because his team made that fight. Lomachenko decided that he didn't want the fight anymore. Right. Bob Arum was like, "Hey, Tank's." This is what Bob Arum told me. He said Tank was more than he was very flexible on making a fight. Just put it down.
Hey, Blue. When was that? When did Tank want that fight? Wasn't that his last fight? So you mean to tell me in his entire career, the fight that you could remember that he picked was just the one that he wanted right now in his entire career?
No, he did that with Ryan Garcia too. He picked Ryan Garcia.
He picked Ryan Garcia. So that's two. That's two. Mm-hmm. That's two. So he got the Ryan Garcia and he wanted the Loma, which makes my point. Tank Davis was always that type of person. You remember after every fight, I don't know. My promotional company picks the fights and I'll fight them.
Yeah,
Tank, who do you want next? Who do you want next?
But the thing about it is when he said that once he got out of the contract with Floyd, that he wanted to start making. That's why he made that list of fighters. He publicly said that he wanted to fight,
right?
And check off his list. He
got off the leash, right? Yep.
Right.
That's what I wanted to respond. That's what I wanted to respond. That if y'all remember, Tank was specifically asked about fighters, and when he was with Floyd, he had a generic answer where he would say, "No, I don't pick whoever they line up."
One second. G tatted up nephew. You see, this is the thing that y'all do, right? Just pick a side and stand on their side, right? Because everything we saying, right, when it comes to Tank, you're trying to defend him, but then you'll tell me that you are, or you're just trying to be objective. No, you're not being objective. You want the narrative to be swayed in the favor of Tank Davis. Now you're saying Tank didn't call for Ryan. Yes, he did. He was the one who called for the Ryan Garcia fight. He called for the Vasil Lomachenko fight.
He never called for the Rolly.
The Rolly fight he didn't want.
No.
He said that there was 2 fights. Remember, he said that the Pedraza fight, he felt like Floyd was trying to line him up. The Barrios fight, he felt like they was trying to line him up, right? He wanted the Rolly fight. He felt like
they was trying to set him up.
They was. He said that was his last fight, and they wanted to see him lose. You know what I'm saying? So he wanted to see, and I agree. You understand? So here's the thing with Ryan Garcia. He was the one that called out Ryan Garcia. Okay, so he wanted to fight with Ryan Garcia. Floyd wanted him to fight Ryan Garcia. Oscar wanted him to fight Ryan Garcia because of what? Because they was trying to reignite Floyd versus Oscar Part 2, and Gervonta Tank Davis was on go to make that fight happen. Period. Okay. Ryan Garcia then started saying, "Okay, I want to fight Tank. I could beat Tank. I could beat Tank." He started publicly saying it. No, y'all wrong. If you don't know what you're talking about, please stop. Please stop. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay? Ryan Garcia was started publicly saying it. Tank was the one that was saying it. They were pushing to make that fight happen. Period. You don't know what you're talking about. Just listen. That's the thing that gets me. Right? So publicly, when they was pushing Ryan to fight Tank, then Ryan started to come into a place where he was like, so Ryan felt like they felt like Tank could beat him. So Ryan started publicly saying, you know what? Give me Tank. I could beat Tank. Because they was telling this, they was trying to build it up, Floyd and Oscar. Right? They was trying to build this up to be the next Floyd versus Oscar De La Hoya Part 2. Okay? Period. Y'all don't know what you're talking about, man. That's what gets annoying. You're one-sided and don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, well, Tank said a lot of things and reneged on it. What are you talking about?
Whole bunch.
And I think, Blue, what you're saying really shows the fact that when Tank was for Floyd Mayweather, he wasn't making those decisions. He was fighting whoever they put in front of him. However, when he became his own man, he has made decisions and decided who he wants to fight.
For a small period of time.
He put that list out there.
G, chat it up. You want to put 500 on it? Since you said you're going to stand on it. You want to put 500 on it? I'm good for it. You want to put 500 on it and stand on it? Facts is always going to trump feelings, bro. Because what you aware of and what you know is not what truth is, bro. Because of what you want to hear, you have selective hearing. Here's the reason why. Remember when Ryan, because Ryan was feeling pushed into that fight. He just came around to the fight because Ryan Garcia has a problem with. It's just like he did. Remember with Devin Haney. He started being like, you know what? All right. First he said, I'll fight Devin Haney last. That's my toughest fight. And then once Ryan was hearing the people, myself, everybody, let's make it Devin push. And he's like, you know what? Let's make it happen then. So when they was building that fight up with Tank and Ryan, okay, and Tank was saying, hey, that's a super fight, me and Ryan. Leonard Ellaby was saying that's a super fight with him and Ryan, right? Ryan wasn't warm to that fight yet. Then he started to feel like, oh, y'all feel like he could beat me. So Ryan came around to it like, bro, you know something? then he started doing interviews, and you know how Ryan is. He takes it to the next level, and that's all people see. Is that Ryan starts going on these tangents, and then he doing interviews, and he's saying, "I'm gonna fight Tank at his post fight. I'm gonna fight Tank." And then remember, he was like, "You know what? I'm not fighting Tank. I'm gonna fight Manny Pacquiao. I want to fight this person." And remember, Tank was like, "You ducking me." Now Ryan, essentially, you're ducking me. And then Ryan was like, "Oh, remember Ryan said, oh, it's done. The fight was done." And then Tank was like, "Where? Floyd and nobody said it was done with me." And then he reneged. Then Ryan said, "Oh, I got the, he was dealing with the mental health stuff. He took a break, so on and so forth." And Tank was like, "Bro, make the fight happen. Make the fight happen." Right? And then Tank was like, "Okay," he waited. So then when Ryan came back from and had his tune-ups, what did Tank do? Make the Ryan Garcia fight happen.
Yep. I tell you what, right? We could sit here all day and debate about rumors and everything like that, or we could also talk about real shit that's going in boxing, which I mentioned. We don't got a fighter champion past 154, and we need help. Between you, Blue, and my man here's in the chat, who do you guys see that can bring us to the promised land and bring us back to the glory days where we had even maybe a heavyweight, a cruiser, a 160, 175? Who can possibly present, if we were talking real boxing shit and like the problems that we are in today? We are losing. We are not the best fighters in the world.
So
you cannot be considered the best country unless we come together as a country and compete as a country.
So I want to point something out real quick. Why I feel like the U.S. has dropped off in the higher weight classes.
Why?
Blue, you know that I'm involved in the amateur program out here, right?
Yeah.
So what I've noticed going to these international competitions is that amateur boxers from Europe, from Asia, these guys, they're not turning pro young. These guys are staying in the amateurs till their mid-20s. They really getting seasoned in the amateurs, competing all over the world. Like if you look at Usyk, when did he turn pro? If you look at Fury, if you look at Zhilei Zhang, the Asian brother, he turned pro in his late 20s, I think. So these guys, when they turn pro and they face these American fighters who are like, look at Jared Anderson, who just lost, but that's a brother in his young 20s. I know guys like that from Europe that are still in the amateur at that same age. So what I think is happening is that because the U.S. gives you that opportunity to make money early, guys turn pro early, but they don't develop as much as foreign fighters.
Yeah, you kind of hit that situation
where you can make a big paycheck.
Yeah, you hit the problem right on the head right there, right? A lot of U.S. kids that are turning pro early is because they want to change their stars and get out of the situations they're in. Most of these fighters are coming from, the slums, from the mud, and when they start saying those words like M's, these kids won't enter college. They're trying to go right to the pro. And that's how we taught in America.
Everybody's not Carmel, everybody's not Carmel. We know
I
there's an
understand.
exception, but
yeah, but even if you're not Carmel and you don't got those skills, they're still going pros because that's the narrative, and that's what we push to our kids. Forget about college, forget about education, go to a sport that they don't understand that they're lucky to be played, and two, injury can take your career away. And now you're left with an injured man and no education. Another man to the streets. You see?
Now,
that's how we have our fighters here in America.
Let me give you an example of the process that I'm seeing here in Dominican Republic. We had 2 bronze medalists in the Olympics in these past games, right? And I'm looking at these 2 guys, these 2 boxers, and they're very talented. Like, if you guys see them, they got potential to become champions in the pros, right? If they would have been in the U.S., they would have already been pros right now. Guess what? I'm already hearing noises about how they might prepare for another Olympic cycle. So imagine these guys might go to the next Olympics and turn pro at 26, 27 years old.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Now, I'm gonna give you a little pushback on this one right here, right? Because I criticized Vasily Lomachenko's dad for keeping Vasily in the Olympics, not one but two gold medals. That was a little too long for me. By the time he came and became a professional boxer, look at Andy Cruz. He has 4 professional fights. He's 28 years old. Are you kidding me? Right? So when Vasily Lomachenko was coaching his son and he kept him in the amateurs for that extensive record, it was kind of like a father not sure to let his son fly. If you ask me, he stunted Vasily's career. We would see a lot more Vasily throughout the years than 2 gold medals. Listen, he has less than 20 fights, and you mean to tell me he's talking about retirement? Well, he's going to have one of the quickest rises and descents in all of boxing. He doesn't have 30 fights, 40 fights, like Saul Canelo Alvarez,
Let me ask you a
61
question.
fights, a
Let me ask
long
you a question.
exchanges career.
Let me throw a
Sometimes,
curveball at you though. Listen to this.
okay,
Let me throw a curveball at you though.
I'm with it.
Look at the win-loss ratio in his opponents, right? If you look at Vasily Lomachenko's record, right? He doesn't have a single opponent with a losing record, or a single opponent that was just starting his career, or with a losing record, like 2 and 5 losses, right? So here's my point. If you take, for example, Devin Haney's record, and
I
you
got
take
you.
out all of the Mexican cab drivers
I
from
got
his
you.
record, you take out all of the pizza delivery guys from his record that he beat in
I got you.
Mexico, it's going to be similar to Lomachenko's in
I
the amount
got
of
you.
wins. So all I'm
I got
saying
you.
is Lomachenko skipped all the developmental process
Right,
as a professional, didn't fight a single
right,
bum, just went straight to work. And
right.
let's just point this out. At this very moment, Lomachenko is one of the most accomplished active boxers as far as winning titles in different divisions. Think about it. How many divisions has he won title in? We can debate about the opponents in opinion, but he's won titles, there you go, in 3 divisions. He's beat multiple big name champions, right? So here's my point. When Lomachenko retires, if he goes into the Hall of Fame, can we really say that he started late? Or can we say that he overaccomplished because he won 2 gold medals in the Olympics, is considered widely one of the greatest amateur boxers of all time, and then he was also able to accomplish as a professional? So can we
Okay.
not say that he had overall a great career?
Well. Here's my pushback on that. I can say that I commend you for your gold medals in your amateur career, but it's exactly in the name, amateur. What you do as a pro is what you're considered and held accountable for in the Hall of Fame. That's what opens the door, not
Three
your
divisions.
amateur record. Now,
He's a
it can
three-division
be in
champion.
correlation. Yes, you will get acknowledged. 2 gold medals is nothing to fucking frown on. Okay, that's some serious shit right there. Okay, I understand that, right? But what I'm saying is perhaps he would have had a better pro career. I understand the way you're looking at it, and I agreed. Before you started, I already figured it out in my head. And you're right. Yeah, it's kind of like a career without fighting the padded record to pat your stats, the cab drivers. He just went it right into the fire, which in on his second professional fight, he was awarded a world title. Now, me being young in boxing and covering boxing at that time, I really thought that Top Rank and the boxing promoters were showing him a lot of favoritism and bias because I didn't think he deserved that. But and then later when I stopped and I was calm, I said, but wait a minute, why do you go to the Olympics? To win a gold medal? Why do you win a gold medal? To fucking catapult your career when you come in. So if 1 gold medal can do that for you, 2 gold medals should get me a fight on my second professional fight then. I think I kind of earned that. So, and then I said, maybe Top Rank had a real one in Vasily, and you know how they be doing their favoritism on top of that, but they did have a good fighter. They had a good one in Vasily. They was just doing their shasty business behind it. And Vasily, for me anyway, he got a lot of slack for me, a lot of stuff for me because I was so much in trying to promote equality that I didn't understand that each fighter are in different places. I judge the
let's
fighters
keep
and
it
have a
real.
mistake.
Bob Arum has always been biased towards certain fighters. I'm not gonna be specific, but we all know that.
Yeah. But I have a bad tendency of being of thinking of every fighter like from day one, when that's not true. And every fighter, there's situations that the fighters are in different positions in their career. Jerron Boots Ennis, Terence Crawford. Might be a great fight, might be a good fight I want to watch, but the truth is, Jerron hasn't done enough to merit a fight against Mr. Terence Crawford, if you want to be honest. Would it be a great fight? Yes. Would it be an awesome fight? Yes.
Listen,
But does he deserve the fight? No.
look, when it comes to that, we have exactly the same take. I actually, the internet keeps receipts, and I've said this to a lot of people. I would love to see Jerron Boots Ennis versus Terence Buck Crawford. Take my money, but exactly what you said. Boots is in the beginning of his career, but it's at the tail end of his career. So it's obvious that Crawford is looking for and deserves the biggest paydays, deserves the biggest fights. He earned that. So obviously, he's not going to make the most money or have the biggest fights versus Jerron Boots Ennis, who's early in his career. If you're a casual fan, you might not even know him, right?
And that's what I mean. That's what I mean about Vasily High-Tech Lomachenko coming into his career. He wasn't even with everybody else starting his career. He wasn't even like a regular fighter that comes in and they say they gave him his first title fight in his second professional fight. But Vasily wasn't like anybody other fighter. He came in the game with 2 gold medals.
Not
He
just
wasn't
that.
like that. They were in different places.
He actually fought for a world title in his first fight, because the first fight was for a mandatory position to fight for the belt that Salido had.
Shit, look at that. Look at that. It even gets crazier.
But something that I want to point out when it comes to that we have to consider.
But
How many fighters, my people, do we see that become champions, right? But when they turn professional, they're not ready to become champions. They're not ready to fight for a title. They need to get developed versus the pizza delivery guy and versus the burger flipper. They need that development. Like I'll give you an example. If you look at Keyshawn Davis, right now, I believe Keyshawn Davis is ready for a title shot. But if you look at his first 3, 4, 5 fights, he wasn't ready for no title shot right after turning pro. So there's a lot of guys who they need a little bit of development so they can get over the edge. So the notion that, Lomachenko, he just got a title shot. Yeah, but how many fighters can we really say this guy can get a title shot in his debut and win a title?
Well, Floyd was trying to get Camille Moulton his first fight with Lee Woods, but they just wouldn't sanction it. Behind the scene, I heard Lee Wood agreed to it, but the sanctioning body wouldn't approve it on his first fight.
He was too young, and he was too young.
He was 17.
I hope this is not going to even be controversial. I believe Carmel would have whooped his.
He might have beat Lee Woods. He might have. He might.
I mean, he got the athletic ability. He got the talent. But, that's the experience started to come in, man.
Yeah, he gets hit a little bit too much for my liking. He goes in for the kill. You can see that Camille is the type of fighter that he's an aggressive fighter. He's got hit with some big shots. And if he gets shots like that against big punchers, he's got to learn a little.
But let me say something about that, right? If you notice, when Carmel is on his defensive mode, he has very good skills when it comes to slipping punches, going under them.
Yeah.
I think that he has similarity to Jerron Boots Ennis, that they get a little bit irresponsible with the defense when they coming in for the kill.
When they coming in, that's the problem.
Boots
they're good.
That issue too. Boots get hit with shots that he's not supposed to because he got them skills.
Camille is good with his defense when he's fighting off the back foot. When he's fighting off the front foot, he's looking to be more aggressive and create openings with his jab. The problem with that is that, like, when he starts to get when See, what Camille has to understand is to settle in the fight. He's the type of fighter right now that when he hits the fighter and the crowd yells, he gets excited. He's still dictated and controlled by the event. As you get older in boxing, the event no longer motivates you, a crowd pushes you into a mistake. That's when we're saying you're still young. I'm not questioning his fighting ability so much as his overall. I judge him in a sense that I still see things with him because he's good, like you said. He's defensively sound. But as soon as he starts to get that attack and he lands that shot and the crowd goes, rah, he gets a little sloppy in his approach coming in. And the guy can time him. A good patient fighter that can weather a storm will just lock up like this and watch him. As soon as his hand leaves, boom. And they've caught him, but the guy just didn't have enough power. You got to give Camille, I'm waiting to see. The verdict is still out. Whether or not he has an iron chin or those guys just didn't have power. We'll see.
He ate some pretty good shots.
He did. I saw him. Big shot. He ate some big shots.
He never got wobbled. Never.
No. So that's why I'm not giving him that stamp yet because I can't. I got to see more. The jury is still in. Whether or not he has an iron chin or those guys can't crack. We'll find out.
Now let me ask you a question.
Hold on 1 second. Let me get the super chat real quick.
He a beast.
Salute to nephew G, tatted up in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on us in the super chat. He said, and it's still all love. I don't even bother to chat people on other channels. Keep blessing the boxing community. Salute to you, G. Go ahead, Jay.
I just want to answer real quick to everybody watching. Y'all already know what it is, man. Blue Blood Sports is the real plug. Don't ask about sources. Blue is the source, my peoples. But like I was saying, man, listen, Kermel Moulton, I find him to be a very special talent. And I've been hearing already the rumblings about Kermel Moulton eventually meeting up with one of the Vargas kids, the one that's a little bit the most advanced. So Blue, taking into account that rivalry.
Hold on 1 second. Mr. Boxing Fanatics, I never understand this, right? If I'm Cat, if I'm making up stories and what I'm saying ain't true, why do you come here? I never understand that. Like, for the life of me. Why I don't understand why a person chooses to take the time out their day to try to come here every single day to try to find something to try to make me wrong. And you haven't found that yet. You have yet to find it yet. But you just try to pick and choose and poke and pry. I never understand that. Bro, if somebody's not telling me any truth and you're not getting anything from it, the object in life is to learn every day. Like Jay, I can learn something from Jay. I can learn something from Round, right? That's the object, is to learn. It's to listen and learn. But if you come to somewhere and always want to be right just to try to prove somebody wrong, that doesn't make sense to me. So then you came here and you said, this is what you just said, right? You said that I made a video about Tank and Rayo in negotiations and then said, well, Rayo's trainer said the opposite. So you want to believe Rayo's trainer, then go believe him. It don't make sense. If Robert Garcia, what Robert Garcia says is golden, then go listen to what Robert Garcia is a great trainer. A great trainer Robert Garcia is, right? But Robert also told you in that conversation. Let's just use simple logic here. See, this is where I have the problem in. People pick and choose when they have selective hearing and selective. Hold on 1 second. I got a muscle car. He going.
Have to do it.
Right. So you said that with Robert Garcia is golden. Now I'm gonna ask the two brothers here because they have common logic, right? You guys can use common sense, right? So he says that Well, I said, well, Blue, you made a video saying that Tank and Ryo was in negotiations. Well, Robert Garcia, his trainer, said that ain't true. Okay, well, let's just listen to the conversation that Robert Garcia actually said, right? Because in that very interview, he contradicted himself in the interview itself. He said that they have a rematch clause with Isaac Cruz. In the same breath, he said, but if Tank want to fight us in February, we're not going to be ready for November. We'll fight him next in February. Well, if you have a rematch clause with Isaac Cruz, then you can't fight him in February either. Because if you're not ready to fight Tank in November, then you're not ready to fight Isaac Cruz this year. You said that Ryo was going to sit the rest of the year out. So if he got a rematch clause, and Isaac Cruz, we clearly know he wants the rematch because he feels duped in the fight. So therefore, if you have a rematch clause with Isaac Cruz and you're going to sit the rest of the year out, how are you fighting Tank in February? That doesn't even make sense. You can't fight Tank in February. So, but you chose to try to pick and prowl out the interview to say, well, he said that Ryo ain't going to be ready in this year to fight this year. Well, in the same breath, he also said that they got a rematch with Isaac Cruz that they got to honor. But then said, but I told Tank and his team, if they want to fight us in February, we'll do it in February. Now make that make sense.
You can't do it.
Yo, I'm gonna make it. Let me make it make sense. Blue, can I cook real quick?
Yes, sir.
So check this out. Let me cook real quick. Here's the situation, Blue, and here's the reality, right? How long have you already been involved with boxing? Think about that. For years, you've been involved with fighters in negotiations. You're involved in boxing, right? But somehow, some way, somebody who watches boxing on TV and social media is going to jump on here and tell you how things really are. Make that make sense. How you never been involved in boxing, but you're going to know more than people who are involved in boxing? How is that even possible? Because last time I checked, to be an expert, you have to participate in that activity.
But here's the thing. I have sources and people close to everything. Again, like I always say, everything is subject to change in the sport of boxing. It's the Wild Wild West.
Everything.
Everything. And I give this example, right? People get mad at me for keeping them updated. How silly is that? You mad at me for keeping you updated. How silly is that? That's like saying you mad at the weatherman for telling you it might rain this weekend. Why are you mad at the weatherman?
And what's crazier, they come to your show for the update, but get mad at the update.
They get mad at the update.
Why are you coming to my show for the update?
They only get mad at the update when it doesn't match the agenda.
Right. Exactly. And so I'm saying this, right? He what I said was valid. Robert Garcia told you that Tank's team reached out and they were negotiating. As I told you. He just confirmed what I told you, that they would Tank's team reached out to make the fight. Now, if Venezuela choose not to take it, how is that my problem? What I'm telling you is that the plan is for Tank to fight Ryo. That's what they want to make happen November 2nd. If Ryo decides not to take the fight, what does that have to do with me? I didn't tell him not to.
I'll tell you what it has to do with you, Blue. I think I know what's going on here. Maybe somebody's trying to come on, say something, and maybe stump you on a question, clip a fucking video with you getting stumped on it and putting it on their platform to try to boost themselves up about a conversation or a situation that they're nitpicking. It's obviously that they're trying to challenge you to slip up on something because they're trying to grab clout.
So I put the video out that this is what I was told from a person. If you knew who the person was from the PBC, you would be like, so why is it my fault? All I'm doing is giving you the update. This is the plan, right? Because I have friends in places. They respect me and what I do. So all I'm doing is giving you an update. So why are you mad that I'm giving you an update on the situation to come here to be like, every day to try to dispute what I'm saying every single day makes no sense. Because all I'm doing is giving you what, for instance, do you get mad at ESPN commentators because they tell you that when a player in the NBA is a free agent, he got 3 teams that he's looking at? I'm hearing that he's going to go to this team. I'm hearing he's going to go to this team. What does that have to do with the commentator? They're being told this to give you an example. We had the situation with Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu told us, right, fellas, Tim Tszyu told us he didn't even know who he was fighting. They told Tim Tszyu, you fighting Terence Crawford. He expected to know. He's like, okay, I'm fighting Terence Crawford. Then he said they came back and told him, oh, wait, Terence Crawford pulled out. You're going to fight Erickson Lubin. Then he said, okay, I'm planning to fight Erickson Lubin. Then Lubin is like, wait a minute. I ain't even have no conversations to fight Tim Tszyu. Then Tim Tszyu was like, well, they came back to me and they told me Lubin pulled out. I'm fighting Keith Thurman. He didn't even know who he's fighting. And he's the actual fighter.
The actual fighter.
So y'all come here trying to say, oh, Blue, you wrong about this. You wrong about you're so busy trying to, because you are mad that I put and label any type of truth attached to your favorite fighter. So you just want to make me look bad. Instead of this is why I say y'all in love with fighters instead of being in love with the sport. That's the problem. Because all I'm doing is giving you an update and you're mad at me for giving you an update. No, you should be mad at Tank Team that he's negotiating with Rayo and Rayo don't want to fight. Be mad at them. Oh, well, Robert Garcia said they got a rematch clause with Isaac Cruz. Tank told you that he wanted to fight. He got a checklist of fighters, and that's what he was sticking to. But they talking about fighting Rayo. Rayo wasn't on the list. So what are we talking about here?
Right.
He said that he got a list of fighters. Shakur was on the list. Rayo wasn't. Shakur has a belt. Rayo has a belt at a weight class that Tank said he wasn't comfortable fighting at. He's the one that contradicts himself.
How many times they announced Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr.?
Right. Exactly.
How many times did they change? How many times?
But round one, listen to this. Tank out his mouth said he wasn't comfortable. They use these conversations when it fits the agenda and the narrative. When it came to Devin Haney, everybody said, well, Tank said he not comfortable fighting at 140. That's why we couldn't see the Devin Haney fight. Right? And so, but now he's talking about fighting at Isaac Cruz or Rayo at 140. They ain't on the list. He said, I got a list of fighters that I want to fight. Shakur Stevenson is on the list. I want to become undisputed. Shakur has a belt. So why isn't he negotiating to fight Shakur?
Right.
And make this make sense. Y'all mad at me for telling you what when he said it, then it's a problem. It's not. It's just it don't make sense.
Right. And you gotta also remember that sometimes
you on mute. Mute there.
Oh, sometimes some of this criticism, guys, are not from us, Blue, or none of us as fans. It's actually from the fighter. The fighter comes out and says this publicly, and then the fighter gets mad when we're questioning what came out of their mouths, when we're holding them to what they said. Right. See, the fighter's world is so chaotic, they forget sometimes what they said last week because they're dealing with so much shit. Then all of a sudden, they just come out and say something. They say, didn't you just say last week this? And they don't even remember. So now they're trying to because it, look.
Hey, Round, what did Floyd tell us? I'm human. I can contradict myself.
Right.
It's a fact.
Right.
Yeah, he come out and tell you, I'm human. I can contradict myself. But y'all mad at the messenger.
Right.
Make this make sense.
Yeah.
and again, like I said.
Listen, go ahead, Jay. Boxing is a sport where fans get to watch on TV, get to see on social media some of the behind the scenes things that happen, and it gives a lot of fans a false sense of confidence in their knowledge. They oftentimes fans feel like they know a lot more than they actually do. So that causes that back and forth. If you know boxing or if you're involved with boxing, you're constantly going to get frustrated with people who are not involved and don't understand certain aspects of it.
I wish I could make a boxing show that I can please everyone in the world, but that's not going to happen.
Right.
I wish I could come out and make a boxing show that everything I said, everyone it was in agreement with, you know?
Right.
And that's why our opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one.
Right. And this is the thing, right? So he said it's not that deep. No, it is that deep, brother. And this is what I do every day. This is my job. So imagine you go to your job and every day you go to work, somebody's telling you every day, you didn't do this. You didn't do that. They're trying to find things to label you every day. You come here every day trying to be a detractor for everything I said. You have never come here one time and be in agreement. Every time you come with something to try to debunk me or prove me wrong, brother.
I want to point something out, Blue. I want to point something out real quick, right? If we look at Shakur Stevenson, right? And this is going to be a crazy comparison, but you'll see where I'm going with it. If we look at Shakur Stevenson, right now, I think it's fair to say he's one of the most hated boxers, right? Everything he does gets a lot of hate. But I think we all understand that all that hate, or a lot of the hate that he gets, is because his greatness. It's because people see that he cannot be beat. He's so good that he gets hated. Floyd got hated on when he was the top guy. De La Hoya got hated on. The top guy gets hated on. So when it comes to YouTube content for boxing, this is arguably the best boxing content for people who know boxing. Now, if you're a casual boxing fan, you're going to struggle with Blue Blood Sports because he's not going to feed the narrative. He's going to tell you what's actually going on, because let's keep in mind that there are YouTube boxing creators who actually, do entertaining content. It's to entertain you. It's to talk about the gossip. It's to, talk about the arguments, but you're not really giving factual information from good sources like Blue Blood is doing. So we have to understand, there's people who are involved in boxing who have the actual information, and when they share it with you, you have to accept it. This is real information from the real sources. But again, if that information doesn't match your narrative, a lot of fans will say, nah, they'll find an angle to debate it because it doesn't match their narrative.
Right.
Exactly. Hold on, let me get the super chat, then you could cook. Right?
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
And Antonio Short, brother, in the super chat, dropping that cinco on the super chat. He says the chefs are cooking. Bon appetit. Yes, sir. Salute. Go ahead, Round.
Oh no, I was just gonna touch up on a little bit about what everybody's been saying, on about these shows. And one thing that I brought up earlier in the show was this is a platform that Blue is bringing to you, the boxing fans, to keep boxing alive. While we have a platforms like this for that we can come and share our opinions, where else, if had it not been for platforms like these, where we go? Could you go to ESPN? Could you go to no? Those things didn't exist until they branched off and saw what we were doing.
And not only that, and I love ESPN, by the way, but we all know these platforms, they are going to be biased towards certain fighters. So when you have somebody like Blue Blood Sports, Blue Blood is not aligned with anybody. He doesn't have to kiss nobody's ass. He's going to tell you what it is, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, so like these opinions and everything, these opinions on on the show and everything, it's great. It's great because it keeps the flow of the show going as well, and it gives us topics to talk about so that we don't twiddle our fingers, and talk about these topics. But make no mistake, neither of us here on this panel are trying to persuade you or change your mind. We just want to give you all the information that we have, and we want to talk about it with you guys, and then we want to bring you back. But we want you to remember that boxing is truly the Wild Wild West, and everything is subject to change. So when you come back and say, yo, Blue said this about this, so what? You know, we've been promised fights for years and strung along in many situations, and I could come up with countless of situations. But would that change your mind, or do you already have an agenda to attack? Do you already want to build and say that you're smarter? Are you really coming here to be educated, or are you coming here to try to show that you're better?
Right.
What is your goal, and how are you approaching it?
Or just simply come to just try to prove me wrong, right?
Wrong,
You
right?
just
Rather than enjoying a show.
Right. You just want to come in and just to say, hey, you was wrong.
Nah.
And I want to ask you, I want to ask you guys a question. I want to ask you guys a question, right? And this is about a specific fight that everybody's talking about and everybody wants to see. Terence Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. Blue, I want to ask you straight up. I want to ask you, Blue, because you're on the inside. You've been around Bud, right? Why is it so controversial that I feel like Terence Bud Crawford can move up to 168 and beat Canelo? Why is that so controversial?
Because it goes against the grain, it goes against the narrative, it goes against the machine, right? The narrative is, you know, the thing is, people don't like Terence Crawford. There's specific fighters they just don't like. They don't want to see him be successful and be great in this situation, right? So you get a situation, you think about this, right? Canelo fought Danny Jacobs at 160, right? He jumped up from 160 to 175 and fought Kovalev, right? And that wasn't bizarre. That wasn't outrageous. We had a lot of people saying, hey, man, what is he doing? Why is it? He didn't fight Demetrius Andrade for undisputed at 160. He chose to jump up and fight Kovalev 15 pounds higher. But now Terence Crawford can't go from 154 to 168, which is 14 pounds. It's actually a pound less.
Now, in the time that we've been watching boxing, following boxing, covering boxing, has Canelo, besides now, has Canelo ever been labeled a big fighter, a big guy?
Never.
When did that narrative start? Canelo's small as hell.
Not only that, Jay, you got to look at this from this standpoint, right? The thing is, most people don't want to see Canelo get possibly exposed. They feel like he's in a lose-lose situation, and then there's a agenda being pushed, because if he wins, they're gonna say, well, Canelo never he don't get no credit for it. But you fought Amir Khan. But you fought Alfredo Gomez. But you fought Jamel Charlo, 2 weight classes. Now Jamel Charlo is physically bigger than him, but if we want to be technical, Terence Crawford is bigger than him. Right? He's not a big guy.
And Blue, that's where I was going with it. Like, Canelo is a very small 168 pounder.
Look at this comment, Jay. You asked the question, and look what Jamal Hakeem said. He says Bud don't sell tickets. What does that have to do with it?
So think about this. When we talking about skill for skill, right? And can he beat Canelo? Right away, people talk about, oh, he don't sell pay-per-view and he don't put butts in seats. That's incoherent. It has nothing to do with it.
Can I get in?
But the question remains. And Blue, you've been around them, so you can confirm what I'm about to say. Yo, if Canelo and Bud stand next to each other, Canelo don't even look that much bigger.
No, he's just.
Tell me I'm lying, Blue.
He's more solid. He's just thicker. But even if they fought at 154, Canelo's gonna look like that to Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford has a wiry, thin frame.
But remember, right? Bivol put the beats on Canelo, and what did he use? His height and reach on him.
And in a boxing
Terence Crawford has height and reach over Canelo.
Right. In a boxing match. And that's the thing that people just simply don't understand. Now, obviously, is it an uphill battle because of the actual weight that he's gonna have to carry? Yeah. And Canelo being at that weight? Of course. That's the obvious. But the thing that makes it interesting for us as fans is can Terence Crawford lose? Obviously, Canelo is a great fighter. And he's naturally at a higher weight class. So obviously, Canelo's used to carrying that weight around. He's
gonna be the favorite.
Right. The intrigue is to try to see if Terence Crawford can accomplish said thing. And nobody's going to take anything away from Canelo because Terence Crawford is a great fighter. So when Sugar Ray Robinson did it, it just go ahead, Brown.
Let me okay. I get both you guys' point. Well, I'm gonna push back on this. I'm gonna take it the other way, right? I don't think this fight should ever happen. I don't think Terence Crawford should move up to 168 and ever challenge Saul Canelo Alvarez and never give him that opportunity. Stay with me. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of them trying to blimp up our guys and drag them out into bigger weights to get an opportunity of beating our guy. But you didn't beat him in his natural weight division. Terence Crawford is not a 154 pounder. We were just talking about 2 weeks ago that he didn't belong at 154 fighting Ismail and how Ismail and he struggled. But within that same breath, just because it can roll off the tip of your tongue, you're going to welcome a fight against a skilled fighter against Saul Canelo Alvarez. And you're not picking just any 168 pounder. You're picking the best 168 pounder. Constantly, time and time again, you want to stretch out my guy. You're not telling the Mexican to go down. You're telling my guy. Why? Because it would be a discomfort for him. Because now Saul would be at a disadvantage because he said he would be depleted. But it's okay for you to blimp up my guy and try to defeat my guy because of what you want. Why doesn't Terence Crawford, at where he's at, which I feel he doesn't belong at 154 anyway, right? And I would have been fine with him riding out on the sunset as a king at 147. He could no longer make the weight. He made his choice. There he is. But stop trying to talk up a fight, but that you can get an opportunity to beat up a blimped up. We didn't learn our lesson with Jamel Charlo. You didn't see him fighting in quicksand. You didn't see him struggling all night, right?
Let me respond to that.
And wait, hold on. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. Your opinion can be that Terence Crawford is a more skilled. You could say what I think. Even if he did do it, some reason I would never doubt Terence Crawford. I would still pick him in that fight. But so what? I don't want the fight. I don't ever want the chance of you even that possibility when my man is maxed out at 154 and we know it. The fact that he's going up to 168, skills paid the bill. The great ones did it. Floyd gave Miguel Cotto 20 pounds. He did it. He showed it. But I'm tired of that. I'm tired of why is it our guys got to be the ones to make these leaps and bounds? Why can't they retire as kings for the hard work they did in their division? Why can't you beat them at their natural weight division? Why are you asking so much out of Terence Crawford to make him a Superman? Why does he have to be the one that go to 168 to prove his worth? Hasn't he already proved it? First man in the history of boxing to division all 4 belts, but you want more. You're always pushing our guys to make the sacrifice. Stop it. I don't want no Saul Canelo Alvarez fight with Terence Crawford because Terence Crawford did what he had to do, and he's a champion, and he's the best. And if you want him, come down to him.
I got to respond to that. First of all, respect because you have a sound logic. Now, I'm taking a 180. I want Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, and I want it at 168. Why? Because everybody's saying that Buck cannot do it. Everybody's saying that Buck is going to get knocked out, that he's going to get washed. And I listened to people laugh at me for 3 years when I was telling people, yo, he's going to knock Errol Spence out. People laughed at me for 3 years. Oh, Errol is too big. He's going to walk him down. Bud is too little. And then what happened? One of the biggest satisfactions that I've ever had in the sport of boxing as a fan was when Terence Crawford put that pummeling on Errol Spence after I've been telling people for years that's exactly what was going to happen. And that's how confident I feel about him beating Canelo and shocking the world. Everybody's telling me, no, it's not going to happen. Now, I want to tell you why I personally want this fight. I want this fight because I know that Bud wants it. I want this fight because I know it's gonna represent the type of career payday for Bud Crawford that no other fight is gonna represent. This is the type of fight, kind of like, remember when this guy fought Floyd and he retired? El Chino Maidana, you know, he fought Floyd twice. He made enough money to retire. Now, Bud has enough money to retire right now. But all I'm saying is, with Canelo, he'll get a generational bag and his place in history. If he beats Canelo, now we have to talk about him in the all-time greats. We have to consider top 20, top 10. If he beats Canelo Alvarez at 168, we're going to have to talk about Terence Crawford in the all-time list. And we're really going to have to wonder who in the top 10 has a more accomplished resume than Bud. In the top 10, if he beats Canelo, I believe he's cracking the top 10 all time. I want to see it. Plus, we're talking about 2 pound-for-pound fighters. I want to see it.
Okay, check it out, Jay. Check it out, Jay.
Let me respond to it too, right? So my thing is this, right? Is that Terence Crawford wanted to do it. He wanted Dare to be great. You know what I'm saying? So, and I believe he can do it. He wants to do it. He wants to do it and prove that he can do it. Prove, like he said on his Instagram, he said, I want to show the world how great I am. You know what I'm saying? So he wants to test his greatness. He wants to push the limits. You know what I mean? So if he's willing to push the limits and he want to test his greatness, I'm with him. You know what I'm saying?
And I want to say, Blue.
Look, wait.
I never demanded that fight. I swear, back at years back, when people used to mention that fight to me, I used to just say, yo, listen, they're multiple divisions apart. That fight is not going to happen. But one thing I want to say, my brother, you said that he doesn't belong at 154. I 100% disagree with you on that. And I'm going to tell you why. Right? If we look at that fight with Madrimov, Madrimov did not put his weight on Crawford. He didn't bully him. He didn't hurt him at any time, right? So weight, I don't believe, was a factor in that fight. 154 wasn't a factor. The factor was that Madrimov was a very jerky type of fighter, a guy that's always fainting. He was very hard to time. He was a lot better than most of us knew. And he gave Terence Crawford a tough fight. But we have to look at every single champion doesn't dominate every single opponent they face. Floyd didn't dominate Maidana. Floyd didn't dominate De La Hoya. He didn't dominate, other fighters. So Canelo didn't dominate Triple G. Tank didn't dominate Pitbull. So now because Bud did not dominate Madrimov, now we're saying, he struggled at 154. But did the weight really play a factor in that fight when he wasn't getting bullied? He wasn't getting walked down? And even Madrimov at times was fighting defensively, trying not to get hurt. So I don't believe that Bud doesn't belong at 154. He's a 154 champion right now. So to me, he's where he belongs.
And to me too, he hurt Madrimov bad in the 11th round.
You gotta give me that. All right, check it out. First of all, Jay, we're respecting everything, but you know what I'm saying? This is what a talk show's about, right? And I'm gonna give you some pushback, right? Okay, check it out, right? From the beginning of your take, all I heard was I want Terence Crawford. I. And that's just
because you said you didn't want it. I was responding to you. You
okay, now, Jake, let me cook. Check it out, right?
Hold on 1 second. Hold that thought. Peace, blessings to the Queen, Carmen Serene. She's in the building. Peace and blessings, Queen. Go ahead, Round.
All right, so look, I understand you as a fan, I as a fan, right? And then your logic about Terence Crawford, you disagree that he doesn't belong at 154.
I'll be right back.
Right?
On the bathroom.
Okay. The thing with that is this, right? If you can see at 154, his performance, right, was it was a better fight, right? So you can say that he's probably exactly where he needs to be, like you said. He's a real 154 pounder. Yes, he is. What you're talking about is 2 more weight divisions with only 1 fight being acclimated to 154. What you're talking about is Superman shit. Now, when it's hard enough just to jump up 4 pounds in a weight division, when Wilfredo Gomez had 32 knockouts and moved up with 100% knockout ratio, just one weight division, he got destroyed. Not every man is created equal. Now, what you're also talking about is a fight that, yes, you feel that by this victory, it'll put him there. Well, guess what? Tell me yes or no. You think Terence Crawford needs Saul Canelo Alvarez to retire? You're trying to tell me that unless he beats Saul Canelo Alvarez, if he was to retire today with what he pulled off, what are you saying? He needs Saul? No, he doesn't.
No, I never said that though.
Okay,
I never said that. What I said is that he climbs. He climbs.
Okay. That's going to mean that he needs him. What you said exactly. You said without his name. What you're saying is he doesn't climb unless he beats him. Because according to your logic,
listen. Let me respond to you. What I'm saying is, if right now, for example,
he doesn't need him.
Hear what I'm saying? Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Doesn't need him.
No, but hear my question. Listen to my question. It's not about need. Here's a question for you. If Terence Crawford beats Canelo Alvarez at the 168 division, and this is a yes or no, do you believe that he climbs up the ladder in the all-time list?
I believe he'll be in the same place with or without a victory without Saul. He'll be in the same exact place.
Come on.
Yeah.
You're going to say, wait.
Nah,
you're going to say, wait. So you're saying that if Terence Crawford beats the most accomplished active fighter in boxing,
he's not the most accomplished. He's not the most accomplished.
Who's more accomplished than Canelo today?
Naoya Inoue, Terence Crawford.
But you're taking the undisputed. Listen.
There's 3 fighters for you.
Listen. You're taking the undisputed into consideration. None of those guys.
What do you mean?
Listen. Hear me out.
We have to avoid it.
But hear me out. What I mean by accomplishment. Who beat the most champions?
Who
beat the most Hall of Famers?
What you don't get an award for that. That's a personal thing.
The most champions,
that's a personal thing. That's a personal thing. That's like Floyd Mayweather. Excuse me. That's like Floyd Mayweather saying, I retired 50-0. That doesn't mean anything in boxing. That's a personal thing. But fighters retire and whatever all the time.
No, forget about the 50-0.
You don't get an award. You don't get an award for retiring 50-0. You don't get an award for fighting.
I'm not talking about I'm talking about the champions beaten.
I understand. I just made another.
So let me ask you a question. Right now, champions beaten, that counts for the pound for pound list. That's a fact. That's the reason why Tank Davis is not in the pound for pound list or top 5.
You also understand that the pound for pound list is a personal thing. It's not a real thing. You do know that.
Okay. So is the all-time great list. That's what I just told you. So is the all-time great list.
Okay. What I consider, what I'm going in is Hall of Fame status. When you open the door and I got my child with me and I pay my money and I buy my son a ticket, what is he going to read on the wall? That's all I care about. I don't care about mythological records.
So if you add Canelo to that wall, to that victory,
I'm going to tell you right now, your statement about Canelo Alvarez being the best decorated champion of our time right now, he's not even in the room. Okay? He needs to step out. Okay? If we're going on paper, and I can only speak facts, I can't deny people shit. Terence Crawford got 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions. Naoya Inoue did that shit in 6 months.
Listen. If you want to do that argument, are you gonna put Adrian Broner ahead of all these champions? Because Adrian Broner is a 4-division champion. Are you not gonna consider that he won a bunch of vacant titles? We got to get into the details because Adrian Broner is a 4-division champion. Are you going to say that Adrian Broner is better than Errol Spence because he's a multi-division champion?
Okay. First of all, I don't count secondary belts. I'm not sure if I don't count secondary belts.
I don't count those either. Broner had real titles in multiple divisions.
Right.
So are we
Okay.
gonna put him ahead of Errol Spence because of that? Or are we gonna look at the champions that he faced for those titles and say, wait a minute, Errol got 3 belts in only one division, but he beat way better fighters.
You want to know something? You want to know something? You want to know something? To tell you the truth, then I guess AB would be better considered, right? I don't justify, right? And I don't criticize Devin Haney being faxed 1 belt by email and beating one guy for 3. I don't sit here and say in the record books it's going to say he got faxed 1 belt and 3. No, you know what it's going to say? It's going to say undisputed. So what you're talking about is the situation or how they got there. What I'm saying is what's on paper. And if Saul Canelo Alvarez does not have more than 4, guess what happens? Fucking AB passes you, homeboy. All right?
Exactly.
Now you can say, now
no,
wait, Jay. I gave you the time. I think what you're caught up on, Jay, is the same thing all of us can't get out of our mind, and I don't blame you for it. It's called popularity and ticket sales. And because of the fact that Saul is regarded, let me tell you something right now. There are thousands and hundreds of fighters that had exactly what Saul has, but didn't sell no tickets, and you didn't know who they were.
Listen.
Right? Would you be talking about him like that again?
I can tell you, because I understand what you're saying about popularity, right? I can tell you why I regard Canelo like that. You don't have to guess or assume. I can tell you. This is why I regard Canelo like that. When I look at his resume, and you see, that's the thing. We do something different because you're telling me, I just look at the titles. I just look at the accomplishments. Don't tell me nothing else. It's the titles. I don't do that. My brother. I want to see.
I take in consider all the cab drivers he fought. I take in consider all the cab drivers he fought. All the pizza delivery guys. I take that in consideration.
But listen to this. I want to see who you beat for those titles. Who you beat in those divisions that you were in. So if we look at Canelo, under his belt, he has Cotto, he has Lara, he has Triple G. Canelo has names on his resume.
All of them old men. All of them old ass men.
That's gonna break down now into opinion. But when we look at the names that he has on his resume, the people that you put ahead of him don't have names like that on their resume.
What Miguel Cotto? Was Miguel Cotto 39 years old?
I can't remember that.
Okay, but anyway, look. You want to know something? You know what? Something among boxing circles, I know exactly what you're arguing. The point you're arguing, right? Because this is exactly how Oscar De La Hoya got rocked by what's that? Fuck it. Excuse my name. The great Mexican champion. Say his name. Chavez. This is okay. This is the same way Oscar De La Hoya got rocked by Chavez, right? And the thing was that Chavez was, revered as a Mexican-born fighter, right? And Chavez always criticized Oscar for being an American Mexican fighter, right? And to some people's opinions or whatever it was, but you can see the games that the fighters among themselves and the debates and the little bickering that goes along. So amongst champions, what you're saying, yeah, tú tienes razón. You're right. You're right about what you're saying. And I get it. I get your point, right? But my whole quest too at times is to break away these lies. Now, I'm about to say something that is going to get real touching, and you both might lash out at me. I might open a big can of worms here, but I'm willing to walk out on this ledge. I'm willing to do it in the name of boxing. You know why? Because I love boxing and I'm tired of the lies. Okay? So I'm going to be him. I'm walking out there right now. Woo! Manny Pacquiao is not an 8 division world champion.
That's fair.
He is not.
You're right. He's 7 division.
Right? Okay? And that's for fair. As many people want to jump on me and say, no, we counting the ring, we counting this. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry.
That's
if
fair.
the people themselves that make the belts, if the WBC themselves, I've written them, if they themselves say to me, we do not accept or acknowledge any of our secondary belts as champions. We acknowledge them as titles. The only one we deem is the super one, and we must keep it prestigious. So I said, wait a minute, sir. In the Hall of Fame, you don't acknowledge? He says, no, they'll give you recognition for it, but you're not the champion until you beat the champion. You have a piece of a world title. So if the people that are making them and giving them out don't acknowledge their own belt, then I'm not.
Yo, listen, I agree with you 100%. He's not an 8 division champion. However,
agreed.
He's still the only 7 division champion anyway. So
Six,
you know, I don't think I'm sorry, 6 division champion. I don't think that's gonna.
You don't count the IBO?
You know what? I don't count that either. So I'm good with 6 too. But if we go with 6, it still doesn't take away from the greatness that is Manny Pacquiao. You know, like
no, hell no.
I think that we understand that he's a 6 division champion, but none of us are ever gonna use that argument to try to diminish him. None of us are ever gonna say, well, he's overrated or he's a hype job. I think anybody understands that.
Here I go again on the ledge. Here I go again on the ledge. I got to push back. Manny Pacquiao was an exciting fighter because he was, to me, what we considered a fan-pleasing fighting. He brought you blood. He brought you action. But when I went back to cover that story about the belt, which it actually broke my heart because I was mad at ESPN and Max Callahan, and it was kind of like finding out wrestling was fake when I found out that his belts weren't real. It fucking hurt me. I was like, you motherfucker, you lied to me about one of my favorite fighters. How could you do this to me as a fan? But I had to accept it. And then it made me dig down another rabbit hole. And I started realizing on his resume, his best fighters, he was a repeated fighter. He just kept doing rematches and rematches. He fought this guy 3 times, this guy 4 times, this guy a whopping 5 times, this guy 2 times. He was like a fighter that he just kept going on the action. He knew it was a great fight, and that's what we remember. I think I was more amazed about the wars that he was in, and I didn't realize the situation. And actually, his record wasn't a really great record, and now I'm starting to realize why the Hall of Fame hasn't elected him in yet, because I think a lot of these things are going to come to light. Why you think he hasn't been inducted yet? You know, and he's trying to be like, oh, I'm not retired type shit. So you got to be retired for so many years. That's bullshit. Because they already notified him that they didn't select him. Okay? So when they go to crack open his record, and like I'm telling you, it's heartbreaking sometimes. Because my memory remembers wars. My memory remembers great fights. But I didn't remember that it was the same person and another person the same time over and over again. I didn't catch on to that. All I caught on was the excitement. And why he's not in the Hall of Fame?
But let me push back on that. Juan Manuel Marquez. What was it? 5 times with Marquez?
4 times.
Marquez is a bona fide Hall of Famer. Eric Morales, twice. That's another or 3 times. That's another Hall of Famer. So Barrera. What I'm saying is,
he beat Barrera.
These guys that he rematched, they're some of the best of the division in the era.
You got to admit, they're the same guy over and over and over and over.
Okay, bro. Okay, but can we look at the resume and see how many
with 3 fighters? With 3 fighters that he fought, you could tack on 11 fights in his resume. With just 3 fighters that he fought, 11 fights.
And who are those 3 names?
Come on, man.
Who are those 3 names?
I didn't debate that they weren't. I was in agreement with that. I said that right off the rip. I said the men that he fought and he kept repeating, they were great fights. I think I was enamored with the fight itself. I told you my guilt. I told you I was a prisoner of the moment. I love to see great fights. Bro, I'm telling you, Manny Pacquiao's resume read like I just found out Santa Claus wasn't real, brother. When I backed away
when you
from
look
that,
at, you gotta look at it from this standpoint as well, though. He fought, yeah, he repeated these fighters, but they're legends, though.
Oh yeah. I'm agree. Yeah, right? I agree.
And then he did beat Cotto.
And pleasing.
He beat Cotto, and Cotto was a catchweight, but he still beat Cotto.
Yeah.
And he beat,
a lot of people don't remember Pacquiao. Listen to this. Pacquiao moved up from 135 to 147 to fight Oscar De La Hoya. He was so small he couldn't even make 147. He made like 142.
We're not denying, doubting his skills. I'm not denying the events.
No. But I'm just pointing out. I'm just pointing out one instance where a guy jumped up 2 division and was successful. Just like Crawford is going to be versus Canelo.
Okay. No man is created equal. Manny Pacquiao is a different being. Check this out, though. What I'm saying is, you guys are proving my point. You guys remember all the great moments Manny Pacquiao gave you. That we won't deny. The debate is when they cracked his resume, it was a lot of action stuff. It was a lot of highly skilled matches and great moments.
And a lot of big names. Big names.
Right.
Yeah, you got to think. He beat 5 Hall of Famers. Right off top.
Now,
he beat,
that's it.
But I didn't say he beat 5 Hall of Famers without Oscar. Right? He beat Cotto. He beat Marquez. He beat Morales, Barrera, and Tim Bradley.
Right. Oh shit! I forgot about Tim Bradley.
Some fighters will not be a Hall of Fame in their whole career.
He fought Tim Bradley 3 times.
It
go back to that. Go back
to it. Thank you. Right back to it. So listen. But what I'm saying is that when you look at other guys' resumes and like impressive ones, when you look at like, okay, somebody told me, you like Naoya Inoue a lot, and you think he's probably the best 122 pounder. And I was like, no, hell no. I said, Naoya Inoue is great, and I promote him because he's in the now, right? And I don't want people to miss out on good fighters. So I'm trying to point out another good fighter, right? I says, but the best 122 pounder, right? I says, well, it's up for debate, but I'm just gonna bring this one to the equation, right? Okay. No. Wilfredo Gomez had 32 fights, 32 knockouts, 17 world title defenses at 122, and all 17 title defense, he ended them by knockout. He has 100% knockout ratio and title defenses. He had 17 title defenses. All 17 were by knockout. I said, Naoya Inoue would have some work to do. And the difference between that is there's a different name after it. It's not the same guy 3 times. It's not the same guy 4 times. It's not the same guy twice.
But you gotta remember.
But I understand. You don't gotta sell me. You don't gotta sell me on it. I understand what you're saying.
No, I'm talking about how many fights, right, that Pacquiao had. So even if you take away all these repeats that you're addressing, if he fought those guys once only, all of those, he still has over 40 wins and still has a bunch of Hall of Famers in his resume. Right. So even if you take those away, he's still an all-time great.
That's up to the boxing guys to sort out. That's not for me. That's up to the Hall of Fame to sort out. That's what they're doing right now.
He was still, in my eyes, he would still have 5 wins over 5 Hall of Famers.
Right. In my eyes too, as well. I don't disagree with you. But now they're electing him now, I guess, in the next one. I heard rumors that he's going to be elected now, right? There's just a lot of.
He's going in for sure. He's going in for sure.
Why did it take this long? Why did it take this long? Why?
I think because the activity.
Exactly. That's what I would assume. The activity, Manny Pacquiao. Remember when we thought he was retired?
Is Floyd Mayweather in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
But Floyd Mayweather been doing exhibitions.
But he's doing exhibitions. He's not active against.
I know they were active in the same time.
Yeah, no, but Floyd is doing exhibitions. He's fully retired.
I know.
When you look at Manny, he getting ready to fight Barrios in December for the
I know.
WBC belt.
I know what a smoke screen is. Manny,
Yeah.
everybody's starting to ask why you ain't in the Hall of Fame. Book a fight and let them think that you fight and just say that you're
I don't think that's the case. I think Manny just trying to get the bread.
okay.
That's my thing. I think Manny just
Okay.
trying to get to get to
Okay.
the back. But
Anyway,
let's go to this though.
yeah.
We got Terence Crawford, Sebastian Fundora team. They told me
Oh,
we ain't vacating nothing. We trying to fight Crawford in
I
December,
heard.
right?
That's
So
that's dangerous.
that's big news. And the reason it's big news for me, in my opinion, and you guys give your outlook on it. But my opinion, the reason why it's big for me is because that shortens the route for undisputed in 3 separate weight classes for Terence Crawford to me.
Right.
Because now you got 3 belts on the line in your second fight at 154. You only
Right.
need one more fight
Right.
at 154, which would
Okay.
be Bakram Matalia versus Tim Tszyu winner. And the best part about it is they will be fighting around the same time frame because they fighting October 19th. He will be fighting Fundora in December. So that means even if he looking to fight Canelo, right? Canelo's not going to fight him in May anyway, right? So if Canelo was to fight him in September, that gives him time to fight. Now I don't know if he would take this risk or take the chance, but that would give him just in my brain as a fan, if I could put the piece together, I would he could fight because Canelo's going to fight in May, regardless if it's Terence Crawford or not, right? So if you Terence Crawford, you can fight in April, right? If you could, March or April against Bakram Matali of Tim Tszyu winner, that'll make you 4 division champion, 3 division undisputed champion. Then you go in September. I think it's over at that point in time.
All right. Look, check
Right?
this out.
Hold
Check
on one
this out.
second. Hold on one second, Ram.
Okay.
I think at that point in time for Terence Crawford is curtain call anyway. I don't think he's gonna like if you undisputed at 40, 47, and 54 at that time. Now this is just a solely dare to be great legacy fight against
Drop
Canelo
the mic
Alvarez.
type of fight.
It's drop the mic. You go up there. The only thing that I don't like about it is Canelo ain't undisputed at 68 anymore, right? That's the only pushback that I have because that would make him a four division undisputed champion if he was to pull that off, beat Canelo Alvarez at 68 and be undisputed. It still would make him
Blue,
unified, right,
Wait.
at 168.
I got a question. I got a
But
question for you.
uh
I got a question for you, Blue.
huh
If this is a big if, right? Because we don't know if it's even gonna happen. But if Terence Buck Crawford was to move up to 168 and beat Canelo Alvarez, is that going to, in your eyes, move him up in the all-time great list?
Oh, for sure. Because think he would be a 5 division champion, 3 division undisputed champion,
No.
and a unified super middleweight champion.
All right. Wait.
Just
Okay.
off a sheer accomplishment.
All
Hold on,
right.
let me
All
get
right. All right. All
hold
right.
on,
We're
let me
talking.
get the super chat and then we continue. Big Dog 913, brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on the super chat. He said the 4 Boxing Minds channel sounding and looking good right now, right about now, Blue. Round 1, Jay and Claymore. I'm subscribing ASAP. Salute to Big Dog 913.
Let me. Can I? Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. Okay. Damn. I kind of thought. What were you saying?
We
We
talking
was,
about
we was talking about Bud moving up in the all-time
Okay.
standings.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Here's the problem, right, guys? Everything you guys said, I could kind of see it happening and everything. But here's the problem with everything: we're not doing the math in our head with Bud. Bud is 36 years old, 37, 38, 39, 40. Bud fights one time a year.
Canelo's 34.
Wait, Puppy, please. Okay, listen to me. Bud is playing with borrowed time. Maximum, he has 3 fights left on his career. Let's talk about legacy. If he fights Sebastian Fundora, there's no need to chase Saul Canelo Alvarez because now you're chasing undisputed status. What Blue did right now was overspoke and said if he was to fight Saul and he had all 4 belts, he would be a 5 division, but he overspoke because you can't count none of those divisions because that means he wouldn't have been undisputed in 54. He would have chased Saul.
No,
he
no,
would
no,
have
no,
only
no,
had.
no. You missed what I said. What I said was, this is what I said. You missed what I said. I said if he fights Fundora in December, I said Canelo's going to fight in May. Canelo's not going to fight him in May. So he fights Fundora in December. He'll hold 3 belts. Then I said he fights the winner of Bakram Matali of Tim Tszyu in March or April.
Oh, okay.
That would make him undisputed. And
now
then
that would make
Canelo.
And
yeah,
then Canelo in
Canelo
September.
only got 3 belts, and then we would have to have gotten the 4th by his. Yeah, okay, right.
So he would be a 5 division champion and undisputed in 3 separate weight classes.
Okay, I see your logic. So what I'm saying is, if in reality he only has 3 fights at best, 3 more years. I don't see Bud fighting in his 40s, right? I hope not, right? But I would think about 3 fights, max him out to 4 fights, right? Okay. He fights Fundora. Why give up or allow Saul Canelo Alvarez to take you away from your greatness, from your legacy? Stay the track. You only got now either 2 more, 3 more fights. Stay there and be the first man to unify all 4 belts in 3 separate weight divisions. Now that's your legacy, right? Saul doesn't have 4 belts. That's the reality. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's just a big fight, but you won't be undisputed off of Saul Canelo Alvarez's name. So the crown that he once had, that shit is gone, right? So by chasing him, it would be only for $1 amount. If you stay
wait a minute. He'll be a champion in another division. Wait. He'll be a champion in another division.
That would make him a 5 division champion.
Right. Not that many history.
And he would be unified. He would be the unified champion at 168 as well.
Right. Now, my other logic to it is, do you take your last 3 fights? You don't actually have to win another belt at 154. You don't. You're already that division champion by winning 1 belt. Make a fight at 160. Stop there. Grab a belt. Get acclimated to the division. Then fight Saul Canelo Alvarez at 168.
Can we say?
Right? But don't chase. Wait. Don't chase the 154 3 belts because you only got this many fights left. Now I'm thinking on logic. I don't think he has 5 good fights that he can wipe the board. I'm not playing.
But that's 3 fights.
Right, but I'm not playing.
That's Fundora, Tim Tszyu,
Bakram. He's not a robot, and he's not getting any younger. I don't know if he can pull that off.
But you got to think about this, though, Round. This is what we're not taking in consideration. Those dudes at 160 is bigger than Canelo at 168. So if he stopped at 160 and fought those dudes at 160, he's actually going to fight. He's actually
won. The weakest champion. The weakest champion. Just won.
But all the champions at 160 is still all bigger than Canelo.
But they weaker.
But that's what I've been saying, Blue. That's the
reason.
Stop.
Like for instance, Jamal Charlo is way bigger than Canelo, right? And he's a good fighter. Terence Crawford actually has advantages over Canelo. He has no advantages. Now I'm not saying he don't win, but I believe he wins. But what I'm saying is against Jamal Charlo, he has no physical advantages over Jamal Charlo. He has physical advantages over Canelo Alvarez. And Canelo Alvarez has slow feet, so he has traits that can see him.
You mean to tell me that you don't believe that Terence Crawford could go up to 160 and beat Lara?
Yeah, no, he could, but that's
okay. He can grab that belt. That belt counts.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is for his legacy, compare Lara to Canelo for his legacy.
No. I said stop at 160. Use Lara as like a way to get acclimated to that Canelo fight. Then fight.
But now it's 4 fights.
No. That's just 2. From right now.
He have to beat Fundora in December. He had to beat Bakram Matali.
No. Blue. Forget the Fundora fight. That's what I'm saying. Don't fight Fundora.
Oh, don't chase the belts at 54.
No, don't chase the belts.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Just go straight to 160, fight Laura or the winner of Danny Garcia, swift hand, beat him, right? Then that's getting closer. You don't have to jump 2 weight divisions.
I see what you're saying.
And on the way there, you collect another belt for another division, Blue.
But let me give you the pushback. Let me give you the pushback.
Come on, Blue. And then the mega fight with Saul.
Yeah, but here's the thing. To me,
2 scenarios.
That'll make him 6th division champion, and like you said, it help him get closer to weight. But what's better though? Being undisputed in 3 separate weight classes?
That was my whole logic. That's my point. That's what I'm bringing to the show. That is exact. That's my question. Help me find it out.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Where would you go?
I'm going be undisputed at 154 is more doable. It's more doable right here, right now. Right
now, if you chase 154, forget about the Saul fight. Concentrate on 154.
No, because if he go to 160, he got to deal with politics. Are they going to give him the fight with Laura, Danny Garcia winner? See, at 154, so Fundora's with the PBC, but he's forcing their hand. They ain't got no choice. But at 160, Danny Garcia, he's been telling us he don't want to fight Terence Crawford.
Jerabic is the WBO champion, and the only way he can do that is
but he got to do that fight. He got to do that fight because he might get stripped. So
now remember, Terence Crawford has ties still with the WBO, and the WBO sanctioning body. You can challenge the existing champion, but I really wouldn't want him to fight him.
And that's another thing. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. That's another thing, right?
I don't want that
because, like you said, he got a relationship with them. They're going out on a limb to make sure Tim Tszyu give him Fundora give him the opportunity, and they're upholding their rules. And now, if he turn around and be like, "Nah, I'm not going to take it. I'm going to leave the division," that might put a strain on their relationship. Like, why we do all this? You see what I'm saying? So you
no, but I'm pretty sure as an organization, they're in agreement with as long as you're fighting one of their champions representing their belt, they don't care which way you go.
Yeah, but still in all, it's like you put this pressure and this strain on Fundora in his situation, and we putting this pressure on him to make sure you get your opportunity, and now you leaving the division. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and you know what I'm saying, follow suit with what you said. AK Crowder, what's up, family? Follow through with what you said. You know what I'm saying? Go collect them belts, and then you know, for me, right? I don't think that Terence Crawford, one fight at 160 is not going to do him any more justice than jumping over the division. Because because his body, he just don't get.
But Blue. The award is one more division. You get that division at 160. You're in the room with Floyd. You're in the room with Floyd with 5.
Yeah, but look at this.
You're in the room with Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah, but look at this though. Having something on your mantle that's never been done, or just doing something in repeat. Nobody's ever been undisputed in 3 separate.
I had to do all of this shit talking to get exactly to my point. Thank you, Blue. Thank you. You have arrived. That was my whole thing. I never wanted him to fight Saul Canelo Alvarez and to be undisputed in 3 separate weight divisions.
No, but what I'm saying is he can be undisputed in 3 separate weight classes and still fight Canelo.
You think so? In 4 fights, 3 fights?
Yeah, he gonna fight Fundora in December. Tim Tszyu, Bakram Mataliev. Canelo's not gonna fight him in May. So
all right.
So Canelo's gonna fight. We know in September, right?
Okay.
So
do the math.
Follow me. He gonna fight Fundora in December. That keeps him active. Now he fought twice this year. He fights Fundora in December, right? Now Tim Tszyu and Bakram Mataliev, they're gonna fight in October, right? The best part about that is we know the politic game ain't gonna work because whoever wins that fight is gonna want to fight him for undisputed because they got the opportunity.
I hope so.
Right. So he could fight the winner of that fight
when
in March.
In March, somewhere around there, right?
Yeah, March, April.
Okay.
Right?
I'll give you that.
Now it's already done. He's a 4 division champion. He's undisputed in 3 separate weight classes. Right now,
Canelo fights in May.
Now Canelo gonna fight in September. Right. So now you already undisputed. Right. So now what you do is now it's over. Right. It's nothing else to chase but legacy now. Right. You're not chasing money. You just it's just legacy
I think
at
he
this point.
retires right there at that point.
You already is Canelo now at this point. You ain't gonna go to 60 and chase all those belts and all that. So
okay, at that logic, yes.
Right. So now in September, when Canelo fight in September, now guess what? You have enticed Canelo even more because now you're a 4-division champion. You undisputed in 3 separate weight classes.
Right.
You undefeated, right? Because now let's say his record.
You bring a lot to the table.
His record at that point in time would be 44, right? 44-0.
Listen how the table just turned in Blue's logic, right? Canelo Alvarez would have to give him the praises for sharing the ring with a man such as decorated as Terence Crawford. It wouldn't be Terence Crawford sharing the ring with a man such as decorated as Saul Canelo Alvarez. If everything plays out in a good world, the way Blue is explaining it, look how quick. Look how quick. You're not going to enter the ring, the first man with 3 weight divisions with all 4 belts that you were the only king. Don't even tell me Saul did anything close to that.
And the best part about it,
you would have to respect
check this out. And check this out, fellas. And check this out, fellas. He didn't play. He went to each division. He would have went to each division. 40 cleaned it out. 47 cleaned it out, and 54 cleaned it out.
Cleaned it out. He's a greedy little champion. When he enters the division, there's nobody called king but him.
All facts. And so now, and guess what?
You would have to be honored to share the ring with him.
And the best part about it, and guess what, Jay? And Round, guess what? The best part about it is he ain't waste, like you said, his biggest enemy right now is time, right? And guess what? He do this. Time, undefeated. He do this. He's not wasting time. As long as he stay active in that time frame, right?
He has to.
By the time he fight Canelo, he will still be 37.
Right. Or 38.
No, he don't think he don't, because Canelo, we know, gonna fight Mexican Independence Day weekend. He don't turn 38 until now. Obviously, we playing semantics, right? But he don't turn 38 until September 27th. They would have already fought.
Yeah. Okay.
Now we have to take into account, right? The people who beat Canelo, both of them, Floyd Mayweather and Bivol, they didn't beat Floyd. I mean, they didn't beat Canelo with power. Neither one of those guys were known for being power punchers or even had a high knockout percentage. They beat Canelo with boxing skills. Bivol with that reach advantage. So all I'm saying is when Crawford and Canelo finally fight, it's not even going to be about the 168 and all the weight. It's going to be a skilled boxing match and who got the best skills to outbox the other fighter. Because Canelo, I'm telling y'all right now, man, he's not going to stop Crawford. And Crawford is not going to stop Canelo. So it's going to be a fight that is going to go to, it's going to be a fight that's going to go to the scorecards. And all I'm saying is Canelo has had problems with slick boxers. Even Lara, till this day, I know people that argue that Lara beat Canelo.
Won the fight,
right? That was a very close fight.
And that's why, and I'm glad you said that, because I liken Terence Crawford's chances. I've always done, because he's Lara with power, and he's more accurate, right? Lara's 5'9", he's 5'8". Lara got 75-inch arm reach. He got 74.5-inch arm reach. He's a southpaw that switches orthodox to southpaw, right? But he got more power in both hands than Lara. Lara's left hand dominant, right? He can clip you with the right hook. He can, Lara is very skilled. He's very talented.
Oh, right? Yeah, he is.
He's one of the most talented boxers there is. But Terence Crawford uses his right hand better than Lara uses his. So he's Lara with power. And if he wants to move, he can move. But the difference is when Lara stands in the pocket, he gets hit way more than Bud does. His timing in the pocket, Lara stay there too long, where Bud will get out. Now, I will say this. The difference is Bud takes more chances that can get him clipped than Lara is going to do. Lara's not going to take that many chances. It's hard to clip Lara. You know what I'm saying? Because he's going to get in and get out. You know what I mean? Bud is he'll what we say, he'll wait for the receipt.
He'll trade leather with you.
Yeah, he'll wait for the receipt. He'll stand there and he'll wait and see if you're going to give him the receipt. And if he could just scan one more item before he got to get off the belt. You know what I'm saying? So that's what round I would agree with you from that standpoint, because then the power and the weight is gonna matter in the pocket if he stay too long. And one thing that I did look at when he fought Majimov is there was times that he stayed in the pocket too long with Majimov, but Majimov wasn't quick enough and didn't have the decisiveness enough to take advantage of it. That's something that Canelo will have. You know, Canelo is his eyes are wide open, right? Canelo's downfall is he's just physically challenged when at the highest level, right? He just don't have the hand speed, foot speed, and all the complete packages. But his ring IQ and his understanding of what's going on is bar none. You know what I'm saying? We can't challenge that. Canelo's extremely smart. Like you just said, Jay. His issue when he fight boxers is his physical challenges. His feet, their feet are faster than his. Bivol, you know, they can box him outside, inside, and he just can't. He can't get there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And that reach advantage, if you notice, versus Bivol, he could have overcome the reach advantage. He either got clipped from the outside or ate 2-3 good shots trying to get in.
And check this out, Jay. Bud got 2 inches. His Bivol arm reach is 72. Bud's is 74 and a half.
Right.
That's what I've been trying to tell people. That's what I've been trying to say, Blue, that Terence Crawford is not going to be this little 135 pounder in front of Canelo, this heavyweight like fighter. People think that the size difference between them two is huge, and it's really not that big. It's not.
Well,
I've seen them be in the
Canelo's
same area where
he's more compact.
Canelo obviously has a wider body, but I've seen them in the same room. I see them in the same room where you look left, Canelo's there, you look right, Bud is there, and Canelo don't look much bigger. He don't. Yeah, he's not a big dude.
He's more compact. But I will say this: carrying the weight is going to be something that I agree with Round with, is like getting acclimated. Carrying that weight at 168 for let's be honest, like you said, Jay, I don't think neither one of them is getting knocked out. So carrying that weight for 12 rounds, is that going to start to play a part of where Bud can't move no more? You know what I'm saying?
I want to answer to that real quick. I'm going to tell you why I feel confident that Bud is going to operate exceptionally well at 168. I'm going to tell you guys why. And what I'm about to say, I think you guys have seen it, right? Terence Crawford is a guy that if you've been following him long enough, you know he don't be smoking. He don't be drinking like that. When he's not getting ready for a fight, the guy's still in the gym. The guy, you've never seen a picture of a fat Terence Crawford. You've never seen a picture of an out-of-shape Terence Crawford. When you take a fighter who's been taking care of his body the way Crawford has, I'll compare him to LeBron James. You see what LeBron James is doing, because the guy's spending over $1 million on his body every year. Terence Crawford keeps his body in the type of shape that when he moves up, he's going to be in that type of shape. He's in, Blue, you know him personally. You can attest the man is in exceptionally good shape.
And I'm going to say this. This may not be the most popular thing people believe, but to me, right, Bud looked, he looked better in a Majimov fight than he did in an Errol Spence fight. Not the performance. I'm talking about his hand speed, his movement. To me, he just looked sharper. He looked quicker. His reflexes it looked like the weight gain to me.
Hey, Blue, check this out, right? To me, knowing just who Terence Crawford is, if you guys were, I swear to God, if you guys were talking about any other human on planet Earth, I'd be all over you guys. But the fact of the matter that you're talking about Terence Crawford, that I know that he's a collegiate wrestler. I know that he's a multiple athlete and plays multiple sports at high levels. I also know that he's a committed athlete. So what Jay is saying, if I was to have to gamble on any fighter being able to pull it off, it would be Terence Crawford. Had it been anybody else you would be talking about, I would tell you right now, all humans don't age the same, and you can't use that analogy just because one guy's doing something that it's going to make you think that another guy can do it. You wouldn't be able to use that. Being the fact that he's right, that Terence Crawford does live a boxer's life in and out of the ring, that is very crucial to his transition, to weight. So if I had to make a bet, but here we are again. When we saw Saul Canelo Alvarez move up to 175, he said he felt sluggish. He felt like that wasn't his best weight. When he went down to 168, what did he say? What did he campaign? He said, nobody beats this version of Saul Canelo Alvarez, and I'm back. Why? Because he had to realize to go down to his weight. Now, what we're asking for is the American fighter to stretch himself out and to try to build.
Let me say something about 175. Let me say something about 175 though, because at 175, let's really quick analyze Canelo Alvarez versus Dimitri Bivol. Can we really say in that fight
he looked terrible? He looked slow. Wait. He looked sluggish.
No, wait. But let me just say something. From Bivol's end, when we look at Bivol, did Bivol use his weight to beat Canelo, or did he just outbox the shit out of him with his height and reach advantages?
Right. Was Canelo the same man, or was he slow and sluggish and not reacting? His cat-like reflexes and his feet movement weren't underneath him. Like at 168.
I don't know if that's just an excuse. I don't know if that's an excuse from Canelo because he got whooped.
I got to push back on that because he looked the same as he did when he fought Kovalev, right? And he looked the same as he did when he fought.
Demetrius Bivol was a better fighter than Kovalev.
No, I know, but he looked the same. No, not even Lara. When he fought, John Ryder, he didn't look great. His movement wasn't that. He looked sharper against Jaime Munguia than he did John Ryder. Yeah. Remember, and then he said he had the injuries. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say it's the weight. I say it's the skills, because if they come forward and they present themselves and they cooperate. This is what I always said. Canelo needs his opponents to cooperate. He's never had a major fight that he won that was one of his major fights that he won decisively.
Since I've always been on the side that I'm already tired of Canelo Alvarez fighting these guys coming up. So I'm already tired. Just because his name is Terence Crawford, you know what? Even if he was to win, I wouldn't give him any credit for that anyway. You know why? Because you know what? I got to put my foot down. I'm not buying a fight no more that he's fighting a guy moving up. And so what if his name's Terence Crawford? Why doesn't Saul Canelo Alvarez fight David the Monster Benavidez? Somebody his own side.
You're going to watch him versus Terence Crawford. You know you're going to watch him versus Terence Crawford.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me say this.
I don't care about it no more.
Let me say this. I'm glad you said that, right?
I'm tired of him trying to bring up that guy's in his own weight division. David the Monster Benavidez is standing right there. Pick on somebody your own size.
And I'm glad you said that,
bring
right?
Up a guy 2 weight divisions.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, right? I'm glad you said that, because that takes us back to what you just said. Remember, he said, nobody beats this version of Canelo at this weight. Nobody that you choosing to beat at this weight. Because
David the Monster Benavidez. He's right there.
Right. You're strategically.
Why we got to talk up a little guy 2 weight divisions down?
Right. You're strategically looking for a specific style at this weight class. So that's and that's why I said I can't say, because here's the thing, right? And again, like you said, around that's valid, right? The weight, carrying the weight. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing I was just saying with Bud. Do we know if he could carry the weight? You know what I'm saying? It's like, is that going to be a problem? You know what I mean? For moving around for 12 rounds with that weight, never done before against a guy. Hold on one second. Right, against a guy in Canelo Alvarez that is a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this, right? When Canelo fought a bigger guy in Caleb Smith, right? He didn't have that same. And Caleb Smith is bigger than Dimitri Bivol. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And Billy Joe Saunders is about the same size as Dimitri Bivol. And he didn't have those problems with them because they cooperated with him.
Right.
You see what
when
I'm
he's
saying?
shining, doing what he's doing in front of him, right? He's
Right.
just shining, being that dude.
Right.
And I understand who Terence Crawford is, and I understand he could even pull off this fight. But you know what? I'm tired with Saul's shit. I'm tired with his gimme fight, bringing up the little guy all the time. That's all we're talking about. When David Benavidez has been standing there this entire time in your weight division, why don't you fight him? Fight him. If you want to prove how good you are, Saul, fight him. Leave my guy alone.
And he's his mandatory.
Mandatory for 3 years.
The thing with Benavidez, right?
He's scared of him.
We have to take this into consideration, right?
I agree.
Benavidez is a big dude. He's big. He's a big guy. And Canelo is a small guy, which is what I've been telling everybody. So if he move up to 175 to fight the Mexican monster, where he's going to be, physically challenged to the fullest, I think he's going to get pummeled and possibly even stop for the first time if he goes versus the Mexican monster. Because now look at this. Blue, let me ask you a question, Blue. You see the size difference between
hold on, Jay. Come here, shorty. Hey, Jay, tell her where you at, Jay.
What's good? I'm in the Dominican Republic, and your next destination.
Tell them what you do out there.
Yo, I run the press for the Boxing Association here in Santiago. So we in the amateur boxing tournaments, and we out here.
Okay, doing it real big.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
I think he's in DR because the Wi-Fi is acting up.
No, I told him I have the third world country Wi-Fi.
don't let the light go out.
Definitely. By the way, if we keep Blue too long on here, it's not my fault. I'm always ready to let him go. I don't want no smoke with his boo.
Facts.
No smoke. Getting the kids ready for school.
Yes, sir.
I gotta get up at 5 for this now. Oh yeah, anyway, fight because I'm covering it.
I forgot about that, man.
Yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning. I gotta get up. I gotta see it. I don't care who he fight. TJ, man, listen, he's staying active. Listen. I try to tell people, when is it that boxers get a phone call that can change your life? You're not fighting for one belt. That's hard enough. He's giving you an opportunity for 4. With one fight, you can stamp your name into the Hall of Fame. You don't have to do all his hard work. He didn't fight Stephen Kubo Fulton. He didn't fight Marlon Tapales. And he didn't fight adversity against Luis Pantera Nari. But I give you all of that in one night. Do you actually think that you're not going to bring out the best motivation in that fighter? Whatever that fighter has left, I can guarantee you he's going to give it to him because he understands the severity of the moment. Not only are you going to win the most money, you don't got
nobody touching in nowhere.
Check it out. He goes to 126 and fight back. Look, that's not my debate. What I'm saying is, look at his competitor. You have to respect TJ Doheny. And when they're talking about this guy like he's a bum, I got to repeat this. Listen, if I get on and say, now Oya Inoue is going to wipe down TJ Doheny, when he beats him, they're going to say, even you said he was a bum. I have to give this man his recognition as a professional fighter, as one, and a former world champion, and a real threat, whether you believe or not. Listen, look who we're debating about. TJ Doheny is the number 2 ranked opponent in the world. For the WBC, he's number 2. That's not good enough for Naoya Inoue. This guy's still a bum. How high do you have to be? How dominant as a champion when they're considering the number 2 ranked opponent not a serious threat? Right?
No. He's a serious threat. He's a real threat.
Thank you for saying that then. So now you're acknowledging he's a real threat. Thank you.
He's a real threat.
So that's why I know you're going to get the best version of TJ Doheny. And whenever a man is putting up 4 belts, let me tell you, not everybody in history that won 4 belts defended 4 belts. Jamel Charlo never defended all 4 belts. Terence Crawford never defended neither of his 4 belts and neither of his weight divisions. So it's a separate room when you're going out there and doing Bernard Hopkins shit. where he was giving men opportunities at 4 belts that can change your life in one night. You understand? So when men are writing legacies like this, and shouts out to Terence Crawford for being the first man to inspire these other men to think that it was possible. Kind of like some Conor McGregor shit. No, excuse my language. Nobody thought that you can win 2 belts in the UFC until he did it. The minute he did it, everybody else wanted to do it. That's why Terence Crawford is a trendsetter in boxing. And shall he be successful and chase down the all 4 belts at 154, he would be the first man. And he has to consider that that kid is still out there now. Oh yeah, in a way. He only has like 3 or 4 fights left, and he might have a little bit more than him. He's only 30. So in Terence Crawford's legacy, this Japan dude can come and take right over.
So I gotta say something about Inoue though.
And let's get our last words because we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
I just want to say Inoue, he has an advantage similar to Pacquiao that he started at a very, very low weight class, which allows him to move up and win titles in a lot of divisions. So my last word, I just want to say, first of all, appreciate you, Blue. It's an honor and a privilege to come on your platform, chop it up with you. And I want to say these 2 predictions real quick, man. Terence Crawford is going to beat Canelo Alvarez. Shakur Stevenson is going to beat Tank Davis when it happens. I love both of you. I appreciate you.
Yo, Jay, my man. Yo, it's been a pleasure, man. I want to say real quick, Jay, Blue, thank you for having me on the platform.
And do me a favor, fellas. Do me a favor, go on Instagram. Just Jay, I got your number. Round, I need your number. Just shoot me your number so that way, that way I could just send y'all the link.
All right.
All right. I could just text you. You know what I'm saying, and then we get it going.
Absolutely. Well, like I was saying, thank you for having me on the platform. Jay, it's always been a pleasure. Thank you for not making it a boring show and always agreeing and giving me some excitement. That's what we need. We need a little back and forth. I don't want to talk with a bunch of yes men. I love it. And I can take criticism. As soon as I turn off this mic, I go back to my life right here in the mic. We could always debate something. Please, fight fans, please give this video a like. Subscribe to Blue Bloods, Blue Bloods TV, and don't forget to give the video a like. I lost my train of thought. Right there. But Blue Blood, thank you for everything.
I appreciate that, man.
Show. Absolutely.
I want to get y'all back on when Clay is on, so we can cook again, man.
Oh yeah, so, I cook with Clay all the time.
Yeah, so I'm thinking tomorrow we're gonna cook.
Yeah, all right. Absolutely. I'm gonna drop my phone number in the link.
Hey,
yo, Jay, baby.
Appreciate y'all. Salute.
Absolutely. Likewise.
Yes, sir.
One.
Yes, sir.
Trying to sign out. You sign me out.
I got you. Yes, sir, my peoples, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, starting up, holding your boy Blue down and showing me love. Shouts out to my brother, Round One Sports, and shouts out to my brother, Jay Smith. We in the building, man. We gonna cook, man. We gonna change the game over here. You know what I'm saying? We talking boxing talk, man. Salute to each and every one of y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through, starting up, holding your boy Blue down and showing me love. Much love to y'all, man. Much blessings. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, or one word, I'm gone. Peace.